flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Come on in, smash the like button. Merry Christmas for those of you that celebrate. Haven't done a live stream about AJ in a while because he hasn't done anything newsworthy in a while. This is going to be it's going to be an unsettling live stream this morning. I'm a bit aggravated. This is going to be a bit of I told you so, and I want this to be a lesson to all fighters that don't understand what community is. And I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't speak on this. A lot of you don't know what's going on. A lot of you don't know who that white man is on the right-hand side. I put the devil horns over. I'm about to show y'all something right now. I need all of my British brothers and sisters on that side of the pond. Some of you are very aware. People call it woke. I just been saying that y'all are aware. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. And I need my Black Americans to understand is what we deal with over here, they do deal with over there. So it's always amazing when some of our quote unquote brothers and sisters over there look down on us for being proud of who we are. Whether you're born and raised in the UK, but you know your lineage comes from another country. You know, we deal with that here. And they deal with it over there. And until we can get on one united front, we're one big ball of organized confusion. Now I'm going to point something out that happened. And forgive me, I'm skipping the roll call this morning because I just got to get to this smoke. Something was going on after AJ beat Jake Paul that they're really not talking about in America. And a lot of us don't even know who this clown is. This clown's name is Nick Buckley. And he's one of them. If he was over here, he'd be MAGA, clearly. He'd clearly be MAGA. He'd be running around with Charlie Kirk and all kinds of weird stuff. He's one of them. I'm gonna read to you what this man had the nerve to say. Now let me be very clear. Y'all know I got a problem with Anthony Joshua. It has everything to do with what? Boxing. But you know, it frustrated the hell out of me. Let's go back a few years ago when all we wanted in the name of boxing was a unification bout between our brother Deontay Wilder and our brother Anthony Joshua. Remember when he was our brother? Remember that? He was up 3 belts. Remember our brother Prince Charles Martin went to Al Heyman. He said, look, man, I know I could fight Deontay. You know, he's a WBC champ. And I think brother had the IBF. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But what belt he had was irrelevant because Al Heyman told him, hey, man, Eddie's putting up a lot of money. He literally wants to buy your belt. He's putting up a lot of money for that. I can't tell you not to go get, because what he's paying you, I'm not going to pay you. I'm not. You're not going to make that amount of money fighting Deontay. So, you know, I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't remember how much money Eddie put up. It was like, what was it, like $8 million? I don't recall. But Prince Charles Martin went over there and got knocked out. And when I had Charles Martin on the show, he revealed that, you know, his whole camp was compromised. Y'all remember when he got on here and said, yeah, man, they had me sparring the week of the fight, these giant African dudes. I was like, what? Y'all remember when he got on my show and said that? I was like, wait, what are you doing sparring? The week of the fight, you was sparring? He said, yeah, my ribs was bust up. I was like, oh, man. That's crazy. Hey, Sav, I'm not taking the bait this morning because what I'm talking about is deeper. What I'm talking about is deeper than what you think, where you think you're about to go. So sit tight. Sit tight, because I'm about to show you something about Anthony Joshua. And I'm going to show you why, you know, just sit tight. Because time reveals all truth. And right now, he's under attack. And who's defending him? Y'all don't even know that this was happening in America. Y'all don't even know. I didn't even know. My boy sent this to me. I was like, what is going on with this? Why don't we know about this? And I listened to it and I read the article and I got angry. Because at the end of the day, AJ's our brother. AJ's our brother. I'm going to say it again. AJ's our brother. And I read this and I said, man, I can't not say anything. I can't keep quiet about this. But on the flip side, AJ has himself to thank. Prez, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking. Now look, man. Here's what we not gonna do. Because I'm not talking about none of that. And by the way, let me just kill that real quick. That's all bullshit. That's all bullshit. We were here. Prez, you wasn't even online when we dealt with that. Remember who we talked to. What I'm trying to highlight is what these demons are doing to AJ right now. And he has himself to thank. So I'll continue. And shout out to Mansa Musa. Salute to you. Happy Born Day. Let me get to this cook. See, this is what I'm saying. And this is a problem with us as a community. We lack focus. The title of this live this morning is, Does AJ Understand? I don't think he does. And I don't think a lot of you young heads do. Y'all don't understand why I'm even going. Y'all ain't even let me take the plane off yet. That's not some random white man down there. There's a term that I learned. It's called slow down to speed up. Slow down. Listen to what I'm about to say. Y'all already on this wilder thing. No. Stop it. I could keep it simple. AJ was the A side, like Tank was. AJ made that call, like Tank does. And AJ never made the fight. Boom, there it is. There it is. So now, can we move on? Can we move on? God damn. What is wrong with y'all? Relax. This ain't that. So now let me get back to Charles Martin. Al Heyman wouldn't be a great advisor if he told Charles Martin, stay and fight Deontay for like 1.2 or 2 million when Eddie Hearn was putting up like 8 or 10. I forgot the number. But I said, damn, how's he going to tell him to stay here and fight Deontay when Eddie Hearn's, paying him all that money? He went over there, got dicked around in camp with some broken ribs, and AJ knocks him out. So AJ now has 3 belts. There was 1 fight left. And I think after AJ beat Joseph Parker, I think it was at that fight, I think, where he stood in that ring with that mic, he says, if Deontay doesn't heel to our demands, we'll freeze him out. That was when he lost me. Do you know why? Not only no boxer. See, boxing is supposed to be a fraternity. At the end of the day, this is the hurt business. Any fight could be your last. So the least you can do is help your fellow boxer eat. The term freezing out is every bit as derogatory as a white man calling a black man the N-word. So when you talk about black fighters, they are not supposed to do that to one another. Especially with the history of the Black Murderers Row. Now, can y'all follow me on that? Prez, you following me on that? Black Murderers Row? Can you follow me on that? The other person that was typing in the chat trying to hijack the conversation. Why do you think I have the Nigerian flag and the British flag up there? Pay attention. I'm going somewhere with this. I'll freeze him out. And I said, I don't think AJ even understands what that term means, being frozen out. It is as derogatory as it gets. Why do you think I went crazy when Tank got on Twitter and started talking about, the Lord giveth and taketh away? He was talking about not paying these dudes, not assisting in them eating and feeding their family. That's demonic. You're not God. That's why God fixed him up. That's why God fixed him up. He's not in control of his emotions, took his ass to a goddamn strip club and blew $40 million by putting his mitts on a girl and messing up the Jake Paul fight. How's that? How's that? But that's something else, but it's similar. So AJ thought he froze Deontay out. Then he got on there and asked for $50 million and everything. I have the videos. We've reviewed this countless times. He asked for 50 mil. Check your email. Then he says, I'm not selling my soul for 50 mil. Eddie Hearn never said the 50 mil wasn't real. He never said that. He has to see a contract and proof of funds. And then when Blue asked him, he said, let's see a contract, let's see proof of funds. And then 2 weeks later, he goes to IFL and says something else. And then Blue asks him the same question again, asks him to clear it up. And then he tells Blue, I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds. I'm like, shit, well, we all look alike, but you don't know you was talking to the same man 2 weeks ago and you told, wow, liar. And this is who AJ's running around with. So now fast forward, because this ain't about that. I just want to lay the groundwork that AJ was running around with a guy like Eddie Hearn, who's a habitual, professional, $1 million liar. Liar. And that troubled me for the quote-unquote brother. That troubled me for the brother. That troubled me for the brother. But he grown, right? I said, all right. Okay. Fast forward, the Andy Ruiz thing and everything else. This live ain't about that. This live ain't about that. George Floyd is murdered. And the world went crazy. Black people ran around saying, yo, we sick of this. White people and all the others that thought they had white privilege, they decided to show their ass. Hey, well, Chicago. Bloods, Crips, gang violence. And we had to deal with that nonsense. But here's the thing. Were y'all here when AJ put on his black hoodie and went into a black community in the UK and made a statement? Were y'all here for that? And I appreciated Anthony Joshua saying what he said. However, the backlash he got was absurd. The backlash that he got was absurd. And I said, man, I hope this is the turning point for Anthony Joshua. I hope he understands what he's up against. Because y'all so quick to say, oh, we're playing a race card. And they attacked AJ right there in the UK. I saw all the tweets. I saw all of them. Everyone was screenshotting it. Yo, you saw this? You saw this? I said, look at this shit. He's up there with the British flag. He has that Union Jack on his back. And this is how they treat him? Or because he wants to stand up for his people? Not every white person killed George Floyd. There was white people that said, hey, man, nah, that's messed up. There's white people that say, hey, I understand that. Y'all say it to the Jewish people all the time. Yo, we understand, the Holocaust, whatever. Yeah, we understand. When I say something about King Leopold, y'all don't even know who the fuck that is, do you? Watch this, watch this. Prez, you in the chat? Watch this. And I'm not picking on you, young man. I'm gonna make a point. You in the chat, brother? I'm just making a point. I'm here to share what I know. I'm here to educate, but I'm here to share what I know. I don't know everything, but I know a lot of shit, but I don't know everything. You in the chat? Prez, you know who King Leopold is? I didn't. I didn't learn about him in school. I learned about the Holocaust. Every Jewish holiday they had us singing Shalom Kavedil, Shalom Kavedil, Shalom, Shalom, Lehit Laviot, Shalom, Shalom. They had us singing that in fucking school. I don't even know what the hell that means. I learned about Adolf Hitler. I said, man, he did all that? Prez, did you learn about King Leopold in school? I didn't. Hitler has nothing on him. Hitler has nothing on him. Nothing. Nothing. We don't know about that. We don't know about that. I ain't know about that until I came home. No, there's like, yeah, Hitler's bad, but I had my OGs say, yo, look, there's a guy named King Leopold. Read this book. I said, what the fuck? What is going on? This guy's real? The Black Holocaust, man, listen, the Black Holocaust was worse in Africa. Man, they did a number on us. And it's still doing a number. Yeah, Leopold II, let me be clear. My God. How's that? When we say systematic racism, how about this? That world map you see, systematic racism starts in school. That world map you see how they got Africa on that map? Bro, Africa's mad bigger than that. Now, look at the world map, but then you've heard that you could fit the United States of America 3 times on that continent. And then look at the world map. For years, I was like, wait a minute, that's not, no. Yes. If you could find a picture of the continent of Africa from space, it all makes sense. It started right there. They shrink the continent to make the world map, and they don't tell you that. This conversation this morning is not about no goddamn $50 million or what happened between him and Deontay. I'm beyond that. I've proven that. AJ fucked that off. George Floyd is murdered. Black people on all four corners of the globe got mad. Anthony Joshua goes to a black neighborhood in the UK, grabs a mic, and first thing they did was they said someone wrote it for him. Irrelevant. I don't care. I appreciated the fact that he did that. And I said, maybe this young man's waking up. They had Eddie Hearn. I'll get to the super chats at the end, brother. I just got to cook on this. Salute to you, Nada 86. I see you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. I did a live stream when AJ was attacked because white people got offended. I hope you lose. I hope you get knocked out your next fight. The same people that's like, oh my God, another black American killed. Who cares? George Floyd was a drug addict. George Floyd beat women. Look, the man had a fucking knee on his neck and pissed himself. That's irrelevant. Y'all not Judge Dredd. You didn't know about his quote-unquote his past runnings with the law. You didn't know all of that. It's the same shit they did with Rodney King. Several cops whooping his ass. It was caught on camera. And the first thing the media did was say, oh, man, you know, he had a problem with drugs in the past. Oh, man, yeah, he been arrested, drunk driving, DWI. Irrelevant. They fucked him up. What did that have to do with what was going on in that moment? And this is what we deal with. And all AJ did was grab a fucking microphone and speak up for his people. That's all he did. Y'all remember when Deontay Wilder, when Mike Brown was slayed by that stupid ass officer? What did they say about Mike Brown? Oh, he went for the cop's gun though. Nigga, you wasn't there. That's a fucking bullshit lie. How do you know he didn't? How do you know he did? Oh, well, look how big he is. Right. A bullet will stop anybody. And if you're black like me, you already know what that was. When I'm listening to it, I already know what happened. Get out the street, guys. Man, fuck you, copper. What'd you say? And it escalated from there. If you ain't walk a day in my motherfucking shoes, you don't know what that is. You don't know what it is to have that happen to you. I grew up in New York in the 90s, bro. My girl back in the day lived on Sheridan Avenue. I was leaving the house at like 2 in the morning. I got to 167th Street. Some cops jumped out and tossed me. That means you got patted down. Stop, question, and frisk. This was the Giuliani era. I went up to the Grand Concourse, made a right turn. I said, okay, I'm going to the D train. Another set of cops jumped up, unmarked car. They came across the other side of the concourse, get on the wall. They patted me down. I said, your boys around the corner just did that. Yeah, well, we different because these guys was plain clothes. They found nothing. I get to the train, go downstairs, pay my fare, of course, get the 2 transit cops, get on the wall. I got tossed 3 times in under 20 minutes, and I missed my fucking train. Don't you dare tell me you know what I'm talking about. But we just complaining, right? Right. Right. So AJ grabs the mic, he says what he says, he gets all this backlash. I looked at Eddie Hearn. I said, man, Eddie Hearn got to get on a line and be like, yo, leave him alone. This happens to black people all the time. Hell, he works with black people. Right? He has a stable, right? Ain't that right, Dillian? Y'all remember what Barry Hearn said? We used to be slave drivers. Now I have to call him Mr. White. That's Eddie Hearn's dad. Dillian sitting there smiling. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Wow, bro. Wow. So they're tearing AJ up online. hope you lose your next fight, see if we care, and fuck you, all this other stuff. And I said, wow, wake up. Wake up. When they interviewed Eddie Hearn, I did a live on it, if you can find it. Instead of him aggressively standing in the pocket for his buck and saying, you're going to leave him alone. This happens to black people worldwide. And instead of him standing on that, you know, he has to cater to his people because it's financially sound for him. But the other side is, AJ, what the fuck are you doing? Now I'm going to play this for you. I need you to pay attention.
Name is Anthony Oluwafemi Olasheni Joshua. Like many of you here, I'm a child of the Commonwealth. I was born in Watford and my heritage is Nigerian. I come from the Yoruba people, who are the largest and some might say the loudest ethnic group in all of Africa. I am proudly Nigerian and I'm proudly British, and I join a long line of UK citizens of Commonwealth origin who've made enormous contributions to this great multicultural society of ours. We need to strive harder collectively in order to create unity. It takes a village to raise a child. And in the same vein, it takes a whole community to act and stand together to tackle some of the challenges we are confronted with today. So here's to fish and chips and a goosey soup and pounded jam. To the UK and Nigeria, and to the children of the Commonwealth, thank you very much for listening.
They never questioned that he wrote that. They never questioned that he wrote that. You know, in America, you hear British accent, I don't know what it is. Y'all automatically think that the motherfuckers is smart. Because that's the King's English, right? If we lost the war, we'd all sound like that. But we won and kicked their ass out. And we got our own issues here. Right? No one questioned whether he wrote that or not. I don't know. I don't know his highest level of education that he completed. I don't know. I don't know. No one questioned that he wrote that. Well, at that point, I think that was still Prince Charles sitting there. Right? And the George Floyd situation, this happened.
No longer, from today onwards, be proud. We can no longer sit back and remain silent on the senseless, unlawful killings, sly racism of another human being based only on what? Their skin color. We need to speak out in peaceful demonstration.
Prez, nothing was wrong with what he said. I'm making a point. Just pay attention. Nothing was wrong with what he said. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I'm going to show you something. Keep watching.
Just like today, so well done, Watford. Inject the vaccine. We must not use a demonstration for selfish motives and turn it into rioting and looting. We need to be united in non-violent demonstrations.
No rioting, no looting. Peaceful demonstrations. Nothing wrong with this.
Show them where it hurts. Abstain from spending your money in their shops and in economies and invest in black-owned businesses.
Nothing wrong with what he said. Nothing wrong with what he said. Don't spend money where people don't respect you. They deal with it there, come to find out, and we deal with it here. I told y'all the Korean store that was in my neighborhood. My white friends was stealing whole packs of bologna. I was there to get candy in the morning. But that little Korean bitch followed me all around, and then years later, I'm in there with my seeds, and I look in the mirror. Now she's all hunchback and short and with gray hair, and she's still following me around the fucking store. I'm a grown-ass man with my kids, and I said, wait a minute. What am I doing? 3 hours. I said, oh, no, that's old lady Ching Chung, whatever the fuck her name was. And I said, wait. I'm grown. I'm in here with my kids. I'm not dressed like no little hood booger, and I doubt she recognizes me. I never stole from her. But all my white friends that we used to walk to school, they stole from her. I never did it. And she's following me around the store. And I said, here I am. At the time, I was in my early 40s. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is she for? I was like, oh, no. We ain't doing this. And her grandson, whom I knew, he didn't go to school with us, but he used to, wherever school he went to, he'd come back and hang out in the shop. We all grown up. I dapped it up, man, how you feel? He's like, yo, what's up? I said, listen, man. I said, yo, your grandma bugging. And he said, yo, I know. So obviously he's had that conversation before. This is the first time him and I had it. I put the shit there. I took my seeds and I left. It was like, oh, Dad. I was like, no. We going somewhere else. Little fucking bitch. Stop spending where you're not respected. What's wrong with what he said? There's something called Chinatown. Out here in New York, in Brooklyn. There's a whole Jewish community. The Jewish dollar exchanges hand in hand at least 8 to 9 times before it leaves the community. There's nothing wrong with that. They take care of themselves. Here, AJ is telling us, do the same thing. A, stop spending money where people don't respect you. B, rotate the black dollar the same way everyone else does. Chinatown, Little Korea, Little Italy. There's nothing wrong with what he said. But keep listening.
And that's for all communities if you want to
That's for all communities.
uplift yourself. Invest in your own businesses.
Didn't I just say that? But keep listening.
We have to engage with the youth. I completely agree with that. And put an end to black youth gang culture. I'm going to be real
Black youth gang culture. Now listen to this. This is very important.
with you about gang culture. I'm down to ride 100%. But what you have to realize is done. It is done. Trust me. Unless you want
The gang culture's done. Now keep listening.
to be sitting in jail, spending years upon years of your only life that you have, thinking about, yeah, they can lock the locks, but they can't stop the clocks. That's all done because there's too much cameras, too much intelligence. All the OGs that I know are telling me, bro, it's finished. It's finished. Gang life is finished. And that's what we're saying.
Gang life's finished. Shout out to Dean White, AJ's husband. I mean, not AJ, Dillian White's husband. Did y'all know he lost his son? I did a video about that. That man's son was gunned down in the UK. I didn't even know they played with guns like that over there. His son was gunned down in the UK, bro. I did a video on it. Dean White, Dillian White's quote-unquote brother, did a video on it. Gang violence, right? But keep listening.
I know that I'm not promoting no gangster business. I'm a legit,
I'm not promoting no gangster business. I'm a legit what?
straightforward hustler. That's just
I'm a legit, straightforward hustler. Keep listening.
in my DNA and in my blood.
It's in my DNA. It's in my blood. Keep listening.
But I know I've taken my street knowledge and put it into the...
I'm taking my street knowledge and putting. He played in the streets. 2-parent household. Was that Parliament he spoke in front of in the video I've just played? Was that Parliament? So from that to this,
corporate world, and I've gained a lot of respect in that sense. So anyway, gang culture is done. So where was I? We have to engage with the youth and put an end to black youth gang culture. This postcode war, how many houses do we own on that postcode that we're fighting for?
how many houses do we own? Great question.
Let's inject the vaccine. Every life matters. 100% I agree with that. But that does include black lives, and that's why we're here today.
True.
George Floyd, we're all aware of his name, was the catalyst in a list that is already way, way, way too long.
Now, mind you, he hasn't said anything wrong. He didn't say kill Whitey. All I heard was be black, be proud. Right? Be black, be proud. Circulate your money within your community. He didn't say kill Whitey. He said stop spending money where you're not respected. That's what I heard.
But ask yourself a question. How does the looting for the latest flat screen TV help him or his family?
There was looting. They were breaking in, and people use things that are tragic as a means to they didn't want to start rioting. Oh, we about to riot? I'm gonna go steal a flat screen TV. I don't know how that's productive, but whatever.
How does burning down shops and taking another life stop the virus from spreading? And remember, the virus we're talking about is racism.
Right. Now, that sounds noble, right? That sounds noble, right? What the fuck is this?
Cause I'm coming for them belts, boy. You're gonna see the raft of the new champ. Different energy, different spirit. Coming to win. I tried to learn boxing, stick and move. Isolating the sweet science of the sport, doctrinating my style. We're going back to the raw, rugged streets. That's where I belong. I never followed no athletes growing up, no movie stars. I followed the hustlers, the Rayful Edmonds, the Jeff Ports, the Nicky Barnes, the Big Meaches, the Larry Hoovers. You understand me? They're the people that gave me the inspiration, the ones that came up from the streets to the top of the world, the empires, the bangers, the hustlers. That's what's fueling me again. Sometimes in life, no matter how far you go, always remember where you came from.
I thought you came from Africa with the proud, whatever people you are, in Nigeria. Y'all see the fucking point? Y'all see what I'm talking about here? You see why he made it hard to defend him with that right there. You see that? He just named a bunch of American gangsters that we don't even claim. That's your heroes? And you come from a two-parent household with some proud Nigerian people? And then you had the nerve to say all of that and get your ass whooped by Usyk again. Insult to injury. Now, that little cracker on the right-hand side, his name is Buckley. That's his last name, Buckley. Buckley. Matter of fact, let's read this as Nick Buckley to be exact. Let's read this as a family. And this is the part. This is the part that gets me aggravated. After this motherfucker destroys Jake Paul, this guy, Nick Buckley, who's a politician over there, this is what he had to say. UK politician Buckley calls Anthony Joshua an anti-white, racist hypocrite for waving Nigerian flag. Now, let me be clear. He berated AJ waving a third world country flag, calling him anti-white, racist, and ungrateful hypocrite. First of all, motherfucker, let me explain something to you, Mr. Buckley. Third world country. Third world country, but every country in the world is on the continent of Africa stealing resources. China's over there. You motherfuckers are over there. Everybody's over there digging up the earth. Third world? Then why the fuck y'all over there? Why y'all over there? Yeah, Quan, I saw it. My boy sent it to me. But I'd like to know how many boxing channels that are pro AJ that are talking about this right now. Exactly, Black Martial Arts Society. France goes broke without Africa. The fuck y'all talking about? They're over there digging up the earth. What you talking about? And this is a UK politician. Nick Buckley, a British politician from Manchester, has railed against former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua for waving the Nigerian flag after beating Jake Paul, an American YouTuber turned boxer, in a heavyweight bout in Miami over the weekend. Mr. Buckley berated AJ for waving the third world country flag, calling him anti-white, racist, and ungrateful hypocrite. Ungrateful? Ungrateful. I mean, these crackers, they got some balls, don't they? Ungrateful. So AJ wouldn't be shit without what? Y'all see why I got a problem with that lifetime contract with Eddie Hearn? Ungrateful. Ungrateful? Let's read on. AJ is a good example of what's wrong with mass immigration. Oh my God, bro. AJ was born in the UK. His parents are from Nigeria. You fucking it. Okay, fine. First of all, he is an anti-white racist as per the speech during Black Lives Matter protests. I just played it for you. He said where he called for blacks not to use white businesses. That's not what he said. He basically said stop spending money where you're not respected. That could be anybody. For him to accept it as such, he thinks all businesses are owned by white people, and he don't want black. And he thinks that AJ is telling black people not to shop at his white or his white stores owned by the white people. Like I said before, what about Chinatown? What about the Japanese stores? What's up with that? What's up with that? He took it there. That's not what AJ said. What's the problem? I use that word insecure a lot. You're reading it right here. A member of the political party Advance UK, Mr. Buckley, stop calling him Mr. Buckley. Call him Nicky Smalldick. Nicky Smalldick Buckley. He said AJ waves around a third world flag as if it's worthy of respect, represents him. Wow. My prediction, he will only ever live in white countries and never live in Nigeria. Ungrateful hypocrite. That's what he said. Small Dick Nicky statement has generated several sanctions online. People were giving it to him. Your posts are good examples of racism, Nick. Dude said the third world. He said the country whose resources your country lives out on. I just said that, bro. I just read this for the first time. I just said that. This other gentleman says, bro, he's literally a British boxer and represented Britain throughout his career. Let the man acknowledge his heritage. That doesn't make him any less British. He's British and will keep representing Britain until he retires. Then I find out, it says right here, look at this, because I saw this on another news outlet. Buckley has a history of kicking against racist, against black movement. So this cracker's a racist. This cracker's a racist. Let me ask y'all a question. Doesn't Lennox Lewis represent Jamaica to a degree? No man contest. No man contest. Why do you one better than that? I'll do you one better than that. There's a Hall of Fame undefeated British fighter named Joe Calzaghe. Calzaghe. That sounds Italian to me. But he's British. I'm sure if you look at his ring walks, there'll be something on his shorts or in the fly. There's something that represents Italy. And if you ask him, yeah, I'm proud of my Italian heritage. I don't know if it's his late great father who passed, Enzo. I don't know if Enzo was born in Italy and came to the UK. I don't know. But he's Italian by way of blood. So if he chooses to wave the Italian flag after a win, I ain't got no problem with that. Represent where you come from. He's a fair right-wing politician. Of course, he's racist. Hey, I never heard of this dude until 2 days ago. So you would know better than me. I don't know, but I'm reading it like, oh, wow, look at this. He's racist from his motherland, Europe. These crackers will show you how to get it on and pop it. And he didn't hold back, did he? Third world country, but all the countries are over there in Africa. I ain't got no problem with what AJ said, but see, here's the problem, AJ. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You stood in front of Parliament. That was Parliament, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. And no one questioned whether you read such an articulate speech. But then when you did the Black Lives Matter thing and you was reading from something that was written down, now all of a sudden you turn into a buffoon and you ain't write it because it was so articulate. You see how they do you, AJ? You see how they do you? I'm glad you said that, Quan, because they happily accept Tyson, bald-head, fat-ass Fury. They happily accept him. But he's a gypsy. Aren't gypsies Irish? Correct me if I'm wrong. What's this thing with Daniel Kinahan? Did Little Dick Buckley ever mention how Fury's a disgrace for running around with a cartel leader? Has he ever? I'm asking because I don't know. Is there some way you could put Buckley's, I don't know, Buckley's opinion on Daniel Kinahan? You ever said that? But he got all this smoke for Black Lives Matter. All we want is equality. We don't even want revenge. God knows we deserve it. We need that lick back. We passed that. We just want equality. And in most cases, we just want to be left the fuck alone. We can't even do that. How many Black Wall Streets in America got destroyed? Harlem used to be beautiful. You know what they did in the 80s? Crack. That's why Harlem got a bad rap. Y'all know the Cotton Club? That's it's still down there. But there was a bunch of clubs like that. Sugar Ray's, owned by Sugar Ray Robinson. There was a bunch of clubs. They put drugs in the goddamn community and fucked it up. That's terrorism. Homegrown. That's genocide because we're all American. And what's the first thing when we point out the discrepancies within the community? The American community. We should be grateful. He's telling AJ, you should be grateful. For what? They burnt down Black Wall Street. They bombed our neighborhoods by way of airstrike. Airstrike. For what? And then when we ask for reparations, we got to vote on that? Man, get the fuck out of here. So if we're dealing with this in America, look at what they're doing to AJ. AJ. Do y'all see my point about this guy now? Do y'all see why I played that video leading up to the Usyk rematch? I'm coming for those belts, boy. The Nicky Bonds, the Jeff Ports. I'm like, oh my God, where is this coming from? Why are you setting us back to the Stone Age with this ignorant behavior? One more time. Why are you setting us back to the Stone Age with this ignorant ass behavior? You know you ain't grow up like that. You was playing in the streets. I beg to differ. This kid was not playing in the streets.
Is Anthony Oluwafemi Olasheni Joshua. Like many of you here, I'm a child of the Commonwealth. I was born.
Bro,
He played in the streets. When Mike Brown was murdered by that cop, and I forgot, I just slipped my mind. Deontay went down there to march. And it made social media. You know what these niggas said? He's doing that for clicks and views. He don't mean it. He's not a big enough star, so he needs to do things like that. No. Deontay's for his people. To this day, remember that, AJ? To this day, you clowned him when he said that. You clowned him. What was so funny? What the fuck was so funny? Armchair, you know what? I'm not hearing that. You know why? I was in the streets. I was around street niggas, but when they got to doing street shit, you know what I did? I went upstairs and I played Nintendo. I looked the part. I dressed the part. I spoke all the latest lingo. I used to freestyle cypher, rap battles and all that. But when they got the street shit, I took my ass home. Because I'm not a street dude at all. And I say that proudly. 2-parent household, y'all. Oh, what y'all doing? Y'all, word? Oh, okay, yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I went upstairs and played Nintendo. That's what I did. And I say that proudly. That's why I have no criminal record. AJ may have been around street niggas, posted up, yeah. Probably the biggest nigga in the group. But when they got to doing street shit, he went home. You got to train for the Olympics, boy. I got to keep you busy so you're not in the streets. That's what they did for Tank Davis. Baltimore's too hot, man. This kid can't be a stat. He's special. Put his ass in the gym. That's what they did. Shout out to AJ's parents. What's wrong with that? Armchair, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't. I'm saying I don't believe it. AJ's a good chop. He's a good kid. I don't believe that. Now, I'm saying, you can say you know. I'm saying I don't believe it. I don't. I don't. He's a good kid. AJ's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. I need to see a mugshot. If he got locked up, I need to see pictures of him with that cold steel on his wrist. But my point is this. My point is this. Am I not defending him this morning? Yes or no? Yes or no? And to be very honest, he don't deserve it. He does not deserve it. He doesn't. But am I not defending him this morning? Because what Nick Buckley said about him, that's bullshit. And I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't defend him. It's more, I'm enraged that this cracker said that. But I need all you niggas to understand this. Don't give them a reason. Don't give them a reason. You're standing in front of Parliament. You standing up for George Floyd. And then before Usyk, you talking about you looking up to Nicky Barnes? Why? And you saying niggas' names wrong. What are you looking up to them for? You got 2 parents in the house. You're an Olympian. You're a millionaire. The dudes you mentioned are dead in jail or in jail for life or gay. Dead serious. Dead serious. You looked up to that? We don't claim those niggas. You all the way in the UK claiming that? For what? What are you fascinated with? And you give daylight to crackers like Nick Buckley for him to get on his podcast or Twitter and say, look, he saw it, not me. Who the fuck is Jeff Port? Who the fuck is that guy? And then we got to clean that up. I'm not cleaning it up because he said it. And motherfuckers will come over here and argue with us. Well, look what AJ said. He did say it, but fuck that. That's my brother to critique. That's my brother to hold accountable. I ain't gonna let you crackers do it. Fuck out of here. And AJ, you put us in a very, very bad position with your boca, your mouth. And it's a lesson for all you YNs. There may be a point in time where you change, where you mature. That $2,000 pair of jeans is not as important to you because now you're old and you're on your own. You're out your parents' house. $2,000 pair of jeans, I got to pay this rent. And all of a sudden, tricking on these bitches is not important anymore. Self-preservation, you only been working 5 years and you trying to work a job so you can retire. The age of retirement nowadays is what, 72, 73? That's a nightmare. Wake up. Be a responsible black man. Stop getting online chatting shit because it's cool. I can't have these conversations without bringing up Tank Davis. Do you know I'm disappointed in that kid? I keep calling him a kid. He's in his 30s. He's grown. I'm disappointed because he should know better. He waited till he touched $1 million to start crashing up cars and catching cases. What is wrong with you, bro? Because never mind his fans, they're retarded. What about the white folks that come over to our channels? Yo, you see what you got to say about that? Nothing. Because that don't represent me. And I have to distance myself from niggas that behave like that. Why I'm hating on Tank? Watch this. When have I lied on him? Am I hating on AJ right now? Am I hating on him right now? Two of the brothers just came in the chat, tried to talk about a $50 million that wasn't real and a $100 million deal. And no, that's not what this conversation was. And by the way, that conversation is over 5 years old, and y'all already lost that. Y'all lost that. My point was proven. Check my resume. AJ's a liar, and he's rolling with a liar. And he's also a coward. One fight away from undisputed, you were supposed to fight for your own honor and for undisputed. Between AJ and Deontay, we was on a cusp of having a black undisputed heavyweight champion because at that time, both of them were undefeated also. Somebody was going to be undisputed in the 4-belt era, and AJ fucked it up. He did it. Don't tell me that you the A side, but the B side fucked the fight up. Listening to Eddie Hearn, the devil. Now, what I just said, there'll be someone coming in saying I'm still hating on AJ. Point out the fucking lie. Already debunked everything about this guy. And I've left him alone. I said, man, he's fighting Jake Paul, whatever. If y'all told me to leave Tank alone, let him get his money, you black, right, Drew? You black? Yeah, okay. You want to play that card? Okay. Funny, niggas asking me if I'm black. Niggas got criminal records. You want to ask me if I'm black, though? Okay, fine. Whatever drugs you sold or whatever you did to get locked up, I bet you hurt a black person to do it. What? Then niggas want to say, oh, Drew, baby, but you was a cop. Yeah, you know what I mean, niggas? I put braces on, justifiably so. Climbing through old women's windows trying to rob them. Assault, drugs. We need cops to get you niggas off the street. Don't talk to me. Don't you dare talk to me. Can't shame me, nigga. None of you niggas can shame me. I live what you talk, unless it's illegal. Fuck you talking about? You niggas ought to be ashamed of yourself. And that was my problem when he stood up there and did that fucking Usyk interview talking about Jeff Ports and Larry Hoover's. I'm like, God damn it, why'd you do that? That's the guy that spoke in front of Parliament? The proud Nigerian British dude? That's the guy that grabbed the mic and spoke up his black community, his brothers and sisters in the UK? He didn't say kill Whitey. We need to be more responsible with our finances. We need to be less violent. Stop the looting. That doesn't help George Floyd. That doesn't help us. I like that, AJ. Because the truth is, I supported this kid. The truth is, all I wanted was him to fight Deontay. I was proud of the kid. That's the truth. Until he started acting funny. I'm like, yo, what? Whoa, stop. Don't do this. And then I was introduced to Eddie Hearn. I said, God damn, man. And the world got what it wanted. An undisputed champion. And what color is he? There you go. And this is no shade to Usyk, because Usyk is a Hall of Fame fighter, and he's nice with it. Usyk is not no marketing scheme. Usyk is for real. Usyk is for real. But the world's cool with that. It came down to him and Tyson Fury, the cheating, coke-sniffing, banned from America. That's why I asked, what was Nikki Buckley's slick little dick, Nikki Buckley's, what is his thoughts on Tyson Fury not being able to fight in America? His thoughts on that. Probably nothing. I don't know. Probably nothing. But we're always talking about racism, right? Then what the fuck was this? Let me get this straight. Now, I want y'all to understand this. Listen carefully. Anthony Joshua came to America and beat up the most popular boxer in the world. Yeah, I said it. It's not a pro boxer. It's a fucking YouTuber. And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And it wasn't even close. Knocked him out, broke his jaw in 3 different places. And now he has to, what is it, 7 days yet? He said he'd be slipping through a straw. Knocked out 7 teeth. Right? Had the bitches moist when he was leaving Miami. Alicia Baumgartner was ready right there on the spot. He could have shot a gangbang right there. With the boxing gloves on. To their surprise, he ain't in the chicks. That's the only joke I'll be telling this live. And what does he get? He gets this shit from Nick Buckley, a politician. And through all the good he did, he came to America and beat up the American. Smoked him, right? And all Buckley saw was the Nigerian flag. So that's what AJ gets. Right? Right. But wait a minute. Fury cheats Deontay Wilder 3 goddamn times. Best friends with Daniel Kinahan, and was actually banned from coming to American shores, and his best friend has a $5 million bounty on his head. and he gets a goddamn hero's welcome.
What?
That's why I asked y'all. What was Nick Buckley's thoughts on Daniel Kinahan and Tyson Fury? That's why I asked you. See the hypocrisy? AJ made this bed. He got to lay in it. But I'm letting y'all know it's very difficult to defend this guy. Granted, his past, it's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Because I'm coming for them belts, boy. You're going to see the wrath of the new champ. Different energy, different spirit. Coming to win. I tried to learn boxing, stick and move. Isolating the sweet science of the sport, doctrinating my style. But we're going back to the raw, rugged streets. That's where I belong. I never followed no athletes growing up, no movie stars. I followed the hustlers, the Rayful Edmonds, the Jeff Ports, the Nicky Barnes, the Big Meaches, the Larry Hoovers. You understand me? They're the people that gave me the inspiration, the ones that came up from the streets to the top of the world, the empires, the bangers, the hustlers. That's what's fueling me again. Sometimes in life, no matter how far you go, always remember where you came from.
See what I mean? See? That's unreasonable, right? How do I defend that? How do I defend that? You tell me. I'm looking for another slide that give me a second. Actually, you know what I'll do? Oh, this is funny. You know, I make memes because all of my memes that I do, they actually mean something. Let me remove this shit. You remember this meme I put up? You understand now? I think I get it now, bruv. I made this years ago. Years ago. Made that years ago. I made this years ago. I made this after he fought Andy Ruiz. When he got up off the floor and cleaned himself up, he said, I'd rather have lost to Deontay in America. And if y'all follow my channel, y'all know me and Stormy did a whole live stream. And I told you my boy worked there. And I could have went to the fight, but I chose to go to work that night. And when I when I left work, he called me like 40 times. I was like, what the fuck? What happened? So, yo, your man got knocked out. I said, who's my man? What you talking about? Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Damn, hold on. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, y'all. This meme actually stands true to this day. Stands true. This guy literally goofed himself up. And he did that. But how do you defend him? How do you defend him, man? Please tell me. How you defend him? You don't just do it. You don't just do it. I'm disappointed. Here's the bottom line. AJ was supposed to fight Deontay for boxing and for himself. In fact, let me tell you how down bad some of the British fans were. When Lennox Lewis was asked, well, they asked his opinion. And he says, man, he got to fight. He got to fight Deontay. Don't you know these Brits flipped on him? They tried to say Lennox Lewis was jealous. He tried to say he was jealous of AJ. I'm like, why are y'all for real? Y'all really are saying this? You guys are disgusting, man. You guys are disgusting. How dare you? Y'all want to come up and talk about this? Let me know. Because there's not really much for me to say further on this. This is, now he's under attack. I know people will say, oh, man, you hating on him. And I ask y'all, where's the lie? I don't lie on this kid. I don't need to. I'm calling him a kid too. I don't need to lie on this dude. But now look, he's under attack. How many boxing outlets are talking about this? American ones, maybe British ones are talking about this. How many American boxing outlets are talking about this? How many? Said what I said, man. There's a link. If you disagree, come up. You don't know the rules. If you're unfamiliar, turn your camera on so I know you're a real person, because Miguel likes to come on here and flash his penis. And all I ever say is, prove me wrong. Let me know I'm wrong on this. Let me know. I'm annoyed with this. I'm trying to find a slide. This kid get on my nerves, man. I have a for those that were confused about the 50 million, some cat came in here and they asked me, they made a statement about the 50 million and shit. Let's do it. You want to talk about that? We could talk about that real brief. Oh, wait, no. That's not it. AJ Meltdown. Hold on, 50 million. Damn. I done played that so many times. Wait, you know what? Let's do that. I think this is it. Give me a second, y'all. This might be it. I got so much, man, I got so many receipts on this dude, man. So many receipts. Give me a second. All right, cool. Damn, this thing is taking forever to upload, man. This thing is taking forever to upload. I got mad shit up here, bro. In the meantime, so I guess nobody want to talk. That's cool. I'll just keep talking then. Everybody want to well, anyway, I I've done my part. A lot of Americans, I didn't know who this Buckley ass dude was until 2 days ago either. But when you say something so treacherous, I'm forced to strike back. I'm forced to strike back because that's what I do. I'm not going to just leave that alone, man. Fuck that. I don't even know dude. But it's fuck him anyway. Now you find the boxing channel that's going to talk about this. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying, man, this is outrageous. This is outrageous. And I don't appreciate it. And the more I read it, the more annoyed I got. Now, oh, this is the video as it just sparked. Salute. Matter of fact, let me read these super chats before I play this video. Because somebody came in here early and wanted to talk about the 50 million. I summed it up in one video, so I'm going to play it in a second. Not 86 in that super chat. He says, salute, Drew, and salute to the mighty LDBC. Keep speaking the truth. I'm on the job. Salute to you, good brother. Todd French in that super chat. He says, cook, Drew, but to let them tell it, there is no racism in England. But never mind that King John and Henry VIII was one of the most racist in history. They don't want to talk about that. They'd rather build statues like they do here in America and celebrate these punks. And then when you realize
when you realize that all of these statues around America, these guys were racists that, you know, led the charge in the Confederacy. They start yanking those statues down. These crackers ran up and started saluting the statues. I'm like, oh, these crackers, they know their history well. It's a shame that we as black people didn't. And then we found out. I literally seen kids as young as 19 years old running up with the old Confederate Army uniforms, saluting those statues when they're getting yanked down. They know their heritage. Right in your face. Right in your face. All right, Prez, let me educate you. Let me educate you, because you obviously wasn't here. Pay attention.
I'd say, I don't know. Anyone that wants to change their life, I don't know. Do what you want, innit? It's your choice. You live your life how you think is best, and you'll like deal with the consequences of your decisions.
Okay, I'll take 50 million up front. If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
You know, with your man Eddie and Barry Hearn and tell them to check their email. I got something special for you. And by the way, all the money's in the bag. So I expect you'll be a man of your word.
Yeah. Why ain't selling my soul for 50 mil? Okay. That's what I'm coming for.
What?
I'll take 50 million up.
What?
I'll take 50 million up.
What?
Why is it a soul for 50 mil?
Shut the fuck up.
But if you do manage to do well, always try and give back, because just don't take. Also give back where you can. I don't know what I tell someone. I probably tell them don't get into boxing.
What?
I probably tell them don't get into boxing.
What?
I probably tell them don't get into boxing.
And the WBA Super 8 game, what's he doing here? I don't care about strong, I want that skill. Keep it professional. What are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Fucking no.
Yeah, that's the way to keep it.
I think you misinterpreted.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's not right. Misinterpreted.
Yeah, that's right.
I probably tell them don't get into boxing.
Oh, you don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano.
You want to talk to me? Nah, Prez. You know what, Prez? Click the link. I got time to deal with you. I got about 5 minutes. Click the link, man. Because you were nowhere near YouTube when all of this. Prez, do you remember? You do know we're close to Deontay Wilder's team, right? You do know this, right? You do know this, right? And here you are. I just spent over an hour explaining how AJ aligned himself with the wrong people, a liar in Eddie Hearn, and you're still here talking about what Eddie said. Don't you know Eddie's a liar? What part of this live did you miss? You were quiet the whole live, and now I'm on this 50 million shit, and now you think you know what you're talking about? Click the link, man. Click the link, kid. Go ahead. Eddie ain't do shit. Bottom line. Eddie didn't do shit but lie and lie and lie like the colonizer he is. He's a liar. He is a liar. What part of that are you not getting? Okay, I got to upload another video. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. Don't worry. Don't you worry about it. Let's go here. Can't believe this shit. I know. You're looking for reasons to make Anthony Joshua right. See, here's the difference. I don't care if it's a fighter I support. If I see a discrepancy, I'm be like, yo, what's up with that? Give me 1 second. I see you. I'll let you up. I'm uploading this video real quick.
We already know the question I'm gonna.
Okay. All right, Prez, what you confused about? Come off mute.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you confused about, brother?
So my thing is this. From the research I've done, I do know that Wilder's Team Wilder, was offered $12 million for that fight in 2018 for Eddie Hearn. No, I'm still reading off like from what I'm seeing here.
Where you reading that from, by the way? Where you reading that?
From what source? From the Daily Mail.
Daily Mail. Daily Mail is a what?
It's a source.
It's a source from where?
Well, England, but it's
there
like.
You go. Thank you. But go ahead. Go ahead. You read it from Daily Mail. Go ahead. I know Daily Mail very well. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, the offer was $12 million flat fee for the first fight you're gonna have. There was no like pay-per-view upside, no percentage. It was just like a guaranteed lump sum.
Guaranteed lump sum.
Yeah.
Okay. What else can you tell me about that flat rate of $12 million?
Well, I mean, it was a fair offer for the time. They even upped it to 15.
And what did Deontay do when that was offered to him?
They rejected it.
You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
Wilder.
I'm asking you for a third time. Are you sure? He didn't accept it.
But this was gonna be Wilder's biggest payday in his career at that time.
So okay. So you answer me. You're sure?
Yes.
You know I can get his team on the line right now, right? That's why I'm asking you. Are you sure? I'm asking you because you don't sound too sure, young man.
No, I'm sure.
You're sure?
Very sure.
Okay, you're pretty sure. That's different from being sure.
I'm very sure.
You're very sure?
Yeah.
All right, stay on the line. Y'all already know what I'm gonna do.
Prez, you in trouble now because I've been there since the beginning.
Yup, y'all already know what I'm about to do.
I'm gonna just wait for Drew to say something because I want to burst your bubble, you know.
Because apparently me saying it is not enough. So let me just call somebody that's on this team.
Prez, how many offers do you know about with the Wilder versus Joshua?
There was two. So there was a flat fee of $12 million.
Okay.
Then they upped it to 15. So what happened was Wilder's manager at the time, Shilly Finkel.
He's still a manager.
Still the manager, said they were willing to accept a higher flat fee version, and it gave them 15.
He not answering right now because you know it is Christmas Eve.
Can I ask you a question, Prez?
So Dan Wilder's team elected. This is such a big unification fight. They wanted to give $50 million. Which rightfully so, Eddie was skeptical of because he didn't believe they had that type of money.
Wait, stop right there. Stop right there. Hold on. Stop right there.
We already know the question I'm going to ask. Everybody wants to know, Deontay Wilder offered $50 million.
It's very kind of you.
Are you guys going to take it? If not, why not?
Well, because we haven't had an offer yet. All we've had is a piece of paper from a guy from Alabama.
Prez, read that.
All we got is a piece of paper from a guy from Alabama.
Okay.
So let's see a contract. Let's see the proof of funds.
Read that.
Yeah, he's asking the right questions. Let's see a
Okay,
contract.
good.
Okay, yeah, pay attention,
Wait,
Prez. Keep
stop.
listening.
Nobody else talk. Stop. Just watch.
Let's see what we have to do and what our obligations are to earn that kind of money. If it's real, we have to look at it, and it's something that's of interest. But if they expect us to make a decision and accept a fight today based on a piece of paper from, as I said, a guy from Alabama.
If it's real, we got to look at it. You heard him say that, right? Prez, you heard him say that, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
And they're widely mistaken.
First things first, I want to thank you and appreciate
Now he's talking to Blue Blood. It's 2 weeks later.
the invite that you had me to such a
He's talking to Blue Blood again. It's 2 weeks later now.
event.
No problem. Thank you for coming, sir.
I appreciate it. Now, Eddie, the last time we spoke and we did an interview, I asked you about the Deontay Wilder and the negotiations, and you said in two different separate occasions you said that you need to see proof of funds. But I saw a video you did with IFL TV, and you said you never asked to see proof of funds. Could you clear up the confusion with that?
No, I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds. I've just asked some very simple questions, which they've answered, to be fair to them.
Okay, Prez, talk to me.
No, he asked for proof of funds, right? They still didn't provide that for the 50
No.
million.
He said, let's see a contract. Let's see proof of funds. He said, check the mail. Deontay said, check your email. Blue's talking to him 2 weeks later in between that. And he lies right to Blue's face. He's talking to the same guy. Lies right to his face and says, I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds. He lied right to his face, brother.
Play the clip back again. I don't think you.
No. Dude, this clip, I had this since 2018, brother.
Yeah, he says, no, I haven't seen proof of funds.
No, listen. Listen again.
In two different separate occasions, you said that you need to see proof of funds. But I saw a video you did with IFL TV, and you said you never asked to see proof of funds. Could you clear up the confusion with?
You get the question now, right? Could you clear it up? Because he said something different. After Blue asked him, and he said, let's see a contract. Let's see proof of funds. He told IFL TV something different. So now a week after that, which is 2 weeks, he said, you told me something different. Could you clear up the confusion?
That?
No, I haven't seen proof of funds.
No, I haven't seen proof of funds. Now listen again.
I haven't asked to see proof of funds.
I haven't asked to see proof of funds. Hold on.
I've just asked some very simple questions, which they've answered, to be fair to them.
Which they've answered, to be fair to them.
Let's see proof of funds. Let's see proof of funds. Let's see proof of funds.
Let's see proof of funds.
Let's see proof of funds.
Prez, talk to me. It's right there in front of you, brother.
Yeah.
It's right there in front of you.
Okay, I'm here. From that video, there is a bit of inconsistency, but
a bit of inconsistency.
A bit, yes.
All of it is inconsistent, brother.
But
and this is consistent with Eddie Hearn's behavior. You didn't see? I just interviewed the dude last Wednesday. How he lied to me right to my face. You didn't see that? You didn't see that?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you a question, Prez? Is Eddie Hearn a liar?
I think he's questionable. A questionable person.
Christ.
Yeah.
Christ. Wait a minute. Based off of this video, and I didn't alter anything. I just took his words. I didn't manipulate it. He told Blue Blood one thing. 2 weeks later, he told him something different.
But
is Eddie Hearn a liar?
All promoters are the same way.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn. I'm not talking about Don King, Bob Arum, Frank Warren. Right now, we're talking about Eddie Hearn. Because you wanted to talk about this $50 million. Is Eddie Hearn a liar? Yes or no?
I don't think he's lying about that.
You don't think he's lying about this?
About wanting to see the $50 million, that there was no proof of funds. He didn't see it. There was no proof.
Wait, no. Yes, he did.
From the email, that was.
Have to bring it back. Listen again.
Listen to what he say, Prez.
Listen to what he said, Prez. Listen.
I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds.
That's a lie. I haven't asked to see proof of funds. But then listen. No, I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds. And then listen what he says.
I feel like you're taking a clip.
No. Listen what he says.
Very simple questions, which they've answered, to be fair to them.
Which they answered to be fair to them.
What was the question? The proof of funds, right?
Jesus Christ. Listen again. Listen again.
Funds. I've just asked some very simple questions, which they've answered, to be fair to them.
So what are they answering? If he ain't asked to see proof of funds, what are they answering?
There's more. I feel like there's more to that video.
Prez, at the end of the day, Deontay accepted every offer that they gave him.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
What? He did not accept the $12 million offer. He rejected.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He did. And his manager said, his manager said he wanted $15 million. Remind you, that was going to be Wilder's biggest payday in his career at that.
Prez, I get all of that, and that's why he accepted it. What are you talking about?
He didn't accept it because they wanted something else. They were wanting.
What did they want?
Million.
What did they want? What did Deontay want?
They gave them $15 million. Then they did some email bullshit talking about some $50 million.
Hold on. How do you know the email was bullshit, Prez? How do you know?
Because Eddie Hearn was skeptical about this. He didn't believe this was a real offer.
So he asked them questions.
Okay, I'm gonna play it again.
So he asked them questions.
I'm gonna play it again. Look. I know. Okay, now I know you got two fighters that you love. That's okay. I'm gonna exercise that right now. Listen again.
And you said you never asked to see proof of funds. Could you clear up the confusion with that?
He said he never asked to see proof of funds. I just played you the video where he told Blue, let's see a contract, let's see proof of funds. He told IFL, I never did that. Now he's in front of Blue 2 weeks later. And he says this.
No, I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds.
That's a lie. If somebody lies to you, Prez, you take their word as their bond?
No.
This man just lied. I'm playing it to you. So he lied. This man's a liar.
So this is from ESPN.
This
right?
is not from ESPN, brother. This is Blue
Blood. I'm from my source. I'm getting from ESPN right now.
Who wrote it? Who wrote the article, Prez? It's from ESPN. Who wrote it?
Who wrote it?
Say Dan Raphael.
I'm not gonna say Dan Raphael. It was Dan Raphael. Actually,
thank you. Stop.
It wasn't.
Prez, don't you know I do this?
It's Dan Raphael.
Prez, let me ask you a question. Have I ever lied to you?
I don't believe so. No, I'm not.
Okay, now, Prez, what makes you think I'm lying on AJ?
I'm not saying you're lying on AJ right now. I just think
so I just told you. I just showed you 2 weeks ago. I stood in front of Eddie Hearn, and the nigga lied to my face, bro. He lied to me. I let him talk. He lied to my face.
But there's no reason for Dan Raphael to lie about a report he's doing.
What do you mean? There's no reason for Dan
Raphael
to lie? Wait, whoa.
He's doing a report on what's going on.
You want me to point out a lie that Dan Raphael told the public? You want me to point out just one? You want to hear it?
I feel like Dan Raphael's a really reputable source.
brother, young man, you got to stop talking about how you feel.
How you feel?
You got to know.
I think he is.
You got to know, brother.
He is a reputable source. He's been very reputable.
He's a reputable source? Okay.
Very.
You know what he told? You know what he told the public? He said, get ready for Pacquiao versus Cotto 2 because Floyd don't want to sign the contract. He's on record saying that. And then Pacquiao went on to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Honest to God, he said that. I said, he don't know because I knew someone on the inside that said, no, the fight's signed. Just don't say nothing.
A lot of insiders get things wrong as well. That's like
No.
an
But a
outlier.
lot of insides try to manipulate the public because y'all don't know better.
So wait, okay. Are the people that you know in the insiders, right? That you know that you get your sources from, are they always 100% reputable?
The ones that I've talked to, yes.
Yep. 100%.
Yes, 100%.
No, I don't
and guess
believe
what,
that.
Prez? If they're not 100%, they're gonna tell me, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, but I don't know. That's what they tell me.
Sometimes you might know something, then something changes
Prez,
up.
they
That's
tell me
what
when
happens.
they don't know. And when they don't know, I don't release it on my channel. When they say, yo, look, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that, but I don't know. I don't know. So I don't say anything.
So can I read off my source now?
I have a question also whenever I get a chance. I want to get some clarity on something.
Go ahead, Eddie.
My,
Go ahead, Phil.
my question is, you know, back I think 7 years ago there was a report, and a Blue Blood even asked a question to Shelly Finkel about either $100 million or $120 million deal that they walked away from. Now I want to know what was the details behind that. Is there any truth to that? Or what was the situation behind that?
100 million?
They said Shelly Finkel was Blue Blood asked Shelly Finkel a question. Another brother, some people did some interviews, and it was $120 million deal that he supposedly walked away from. So I want to know what
that's bullshit.
What's going on.
Hold on. AJ wasn't in the contract.
Thank you.
The dude was misled. He apologized to Deontay and everything.
Prez, do you know about that?
Nope.
Prez, do you know about that?
He ain't gonna say nothing.
$120 million.
$100 million contract. Do you know about that?
Yeah, AJ's not a part of that.
Exactly. That's why Deontay ain't
That's why
signed.
because the whole point of the deal for the zone is to fight AJ.
Was it a 3-fight deal? Wait, was it a 3-fight?
The zone apologized to Deontay for not having their business in order. Do you know about that? That's on record. You can look that up.
Yep.
Wait, was this a 3-fight deal?
It was a 3-fight deal, $100 million. Okay? But Deontay said, is AJ part of the contract? They wanted to lock Deontay up with the DAZN deal, but AJ fought for Matchroom. So he would have freedom of choice to do whatever he want while Deontay was locked up for 3 fights without Anthony. He said, if Anthony's not on the contract, I'm not signing it. They apologized to him for not having their business in order because Eddie Hearn would not allow AJ to be in that contract, and AJ didn't demand it because he's the fighter, right? He didn't demand it. So that's why that didn't happen. Do you know about that?
But hold on. From what I'm getting from ESPN again, from what I'm looking at now.
ESPN cover basketball and football and hockey and stuff like that, bro.
They cover boxing as well. What are you talking about? They cover boxing. Dan Raphael covers boxing.
I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. Dan Raphael, Steve Kim, Doug Fisher, all of those motherfuckers, they couldn't stand. They can't stand any black fighter. They're not reputable.
That's not true.
What do you mean it's not true?
I don't believe they can't stand any black fighter. Okay,
you ever listen to Steve Kim? You ever listen to Steve Kim?
I don't care for Steve Kim. I'm talking about Dan Raphael.
No, I'm talking about all of those guys. They cut from the same cloth, man. I'm telling you this. I'm giving you a heads up. This is the part where you gotta listen, man. You gotta listen. Here's the bottom line. AJ ducked. They put him on a pedestal because he was anti-Deontay. AJ was ran by this lying motherfucker right here, Eddie Hearn, and that's good enough for them. The buck, the master. And they was trying to freeze out Deontay. That's why they treated him the way they did. That's why they allowed Fury to come in and do what he did off the back of a goddamn cartel leader. And for you to justify what Eddie's doing, that enables them to do what they do. When I tried to walk up on Dan Raphael, that motherfucker accelerated, and his security had to cut me off and say, "Yo, come on, bro." I said, "I just wanted to talk to him. I wasn't gonna do nothing to him. That was in Vegas."
I get what you're saying.
He couldn't have a conversation with me because I have questions. Nobody wants to talk to me because they know who the fuck I am. I have questions. In case in point, I don't need to cross-check Eddie Hearn. All I got to do is let him talk. He lied here in 2018. He lied to me last Wednesday.
Listen,
the man's a liar.
I don't like Eddie Hearn. I don't like
I'm
Eddie
not
Hearn.
asking whether you like him or not, brother. I'm not asking that. The man's a liar. He is a liar. You're looking right at it. You're listening to it. I didn't alter this video. It was Blue Blood 1 week. 2 weeks later, he told Blue Blood something different. And you don't even know that the zone situation, how they had to apologize to Deontay. They tried to trick bag.
There was a lack of
put him in a
transparency.
3-fight deal and throw $100 million at him.
There was a lack
He
of
said, no,
transparency.
I want Anthony Joshua on this contract. They couldn't guarantee it. He didn't sign it. And instead of people looking at that, they chose to call Deontay the duck instead of holding Eddie Hearn accountable and saying, hey, man, why don't you just put him on? Because Eddie Hearn was working with the zone back then. Then no one said, yo, Eddie, just put AJ in the deal. He could beat him. He never did it. He never did it. Deontay went above and beyond. Eddie Hearn was the A-side. All he had to do was say yes. There was not any situation where Deontay was like, nah, I need this, I want that. No, at the very end, Deontay said, fuck it now. 50-50 or no fight. Because he was tired of that shit.
I want to say something real quick. Let me add something really quick, brother. I'll be very brief.
So why didn't he accept the $12 million in the first place? There was a guaranteed venue. There was a guarantee of purse. There was a guaranteed pay-per-view. Had everything. AJ was the A-side. He had the 3 belts.
But nobody cared. Listen, Wilder never cared about that A-side spit, bro. He accepted it at the end of the day.
He did not. He did
Yes,
not.
he did.
Yes, he did.
Can you prove that? He didn't accept the deal.
We got a whole lot of proof.
Now listen to what he's saying.
You
Now
knew him.
we got to prove he said yes, but this cracker in the screen over here been lying all this time. But we got to prove that Deontay.
So wait, Wilder didn't.
Hey, hold on, brother. Let me say something. Hold on, man. Let me say something real quick. Give me 10 seconds. All this is the classic. It's a thin line between the athlete and the slave. Eddie Hearn was trying to get him 2 strong black bucks. Period. That's all it was. He had a strong black buck from Britain and a strong black buck from America. He was trying to get both of them. That's all he was trying to do.
Prez, you know he tried to sign Deontay, right?
Facts.
Yeah,
You know
but
that,
he
right?
went to the PBC.
Dude, wait, hold on. You know he tried to sign Deontay, right?
Yeah, and Deontay elected to go to the PBC with Al Heyman.
Now watch this. He also signed King Kong Ortiz. That was AJ's responsibility. Now, why do you think he signed King Kong Ortiz, Press? I'm asking him. Don't anyone else say anything. Why do you think he signed King Kong Ortiz?
You tell me.
Okay, so you don't know.
Yeah,
You don't
that's what
know?
I'm saying. Like, you tell me. I don't know.
Okay, he signed him to shelve him. He signed him because King Kong Ortiz was Anthony Joshua's responsibility. He signed him to keep him away from him. That's why they never fought. That's a fact.
They took
And
his
then when
WBA shot.
he got away from that, Deontay said, fuck it, I'll fight him. And everyone thought Deontay was crazy. He didn't fight him not once, he fought him twice. AJ didn't even fight him once. Did you know that? He signed him to keep him away from him. And while we was on YouTube and on all social media saying, yo, hold on, you supposed to fight King Kong Ortiz. He never did it.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Darling, they let him get away with it. Did you know that?
Can I ask you a question, Drew? Real quick. Compare resumes between the two.
No,
AJ and Wilder.
Stay right here. Stay right here.
This stays right here.
You know, what is your response to Eddie Hearn signing King Kong Ortiz to keep him away from Anthony Joshua? What is your response to that? I'm not talking about resume.
I don't think he was keeping him away from
Well, you didn't even know that he did that. You didn't even know that was done. So what do you mean you don't think so?
Well, from what you're telling me now, it doesn't seem like it was keeping him away. Why would AJ be scared of King Kong Ortiz or be?
Because King Kong Ortiz would have knocked the shit out of him.
No, he would not. This is
How
the
do you
same
know that?
AJ that
How do you-
fought
wait, hold on, hold
Klitschko.
on. How do you
This is
know
the same AJ that beat.
How do you know that?
This is the same AJ that beat Klitschko.
Okay,
Way
great.
Davis fighter than King Kong Ortiz.
I'm glad you said that. So
The
when
same
King
AJ that
Kong
fought
Ortiz-
Dillian White
when
knocked
King
him
Kong
out.
Ortiz was his mandatory. Why didn't he fight him?
What are you talking about?
WBA mandatory.
Why was he, when he was his mandatory? Why didn't he fight him?
There's other fights to be made. There's other fights to be made that were
Like what?
better
Like
at
who?
the time.
Like who?
Like who?
When was that fight? What was that fight happening?
Come on, brother.
No, you can't
no.
say that,
Now you
bro.
make
Come
me
on,
up.
man.
You're supposed to know this
No, I'm
stuff,
not.
bro. See,
No, I'm not.
Press. You don't know your history. You can't have this conversation. You were not even around when that was happening. And I'm talking about around here because we was talking about it in real time. Like, yo, Ortiz is mandatory. Why didn't I fight him? Oh shit, he's a matchroom fighter. He's being kept away from AJ. He's just mandatory. Why didn't I fight him? You're gonna tell me? Listen, instead of fighting him, he fought fucking Carlos Takam. Why?
He failed a wait. Ortiz failed a drug test. That's why. That's why he
No,
fight him.
no, that's not. No, that's
He
not.
did fail
No,
a drug test.
no,
He failed a
that's
drug
not.
test.
You're wrong.
Yeah, in
You're wrong.
2018, Ortiz failed a drug test.
He tried his hardest.
The WBA revoked his mandatory status, and he suspended him.
Wrong. Guess
Wrong.
what? Guess what?
Joshua fought Povetkin.
Thank you.
That's the nigga that popped.
Povetkin is the illest drug cheat in the heavyweight division.
No, Ortiz popped. He did.
Wait a minute.
He trying his hardest.
Wait, hold on. So we don't fight drug cheats?
He was revoked of his mandatory status from the WBA. Povetkin at the time didn't get caught for drugs, so he was the new mandatory.
Who's the A side?
AJ.
Can you read the bottom?
What happened? The comment?
Read it.
Ortiz was supposed to fight for the WBA belt, but Eddie told him to wait and let AJ fight Klitsch, and Ortiz will get the winner.
Do you know that?
What happened to Ortiz?
Hold on. Do you know that? You didn't know that.
Prez, you don't know nothing. I'm not being rude, but you don't know nothing, bro.
What do you mean I don't know anything? I know more than you.
No,
I know more than you.
Do that.
I know more than you.
I know
more than you.
Shut up. Let's not do that. We're not firing shots at each other. We're not doing that. We're dealing with the facts. Prez, you don't know the facts. We were here. We talked to Deontay. We talked to Shelly Finkel. We were here the whole time. You were not.
Drew.
I'm trying to educate you on what happened. You're in here justifying a liar. The guy's a liar.
I'm justifying AJ. You said he's ducking Ortiz. He tried to fight this guy twice. Or for the second time in 2019. Yes, he did. In 2019, Ortiz side rejected after Jared Big Baby Miller popped. Again, he popped. Baby Miller popped, and they wanted to fight Ortiz another time. Ortiz side didn't want to fight him. They weren't accepting the money. That's literally the fact. You can look all this up.
They weren't what?
Ortiz rejected a $6 million to $7 million deal. They turned it down. They wanted more money. They outbidded themselves.
The outbid. What's the difference between the outbid and the low ball?
$6 to $7 million is a low ball for Ortiz.
I'm asking you.
That's not a low ball, man. No. It's not a low ball.
It's not a low ball?
It's not a low ball.
So Deontay wasn't low balled, right?
No, that was Deontay's Wilder's biggest.
So he wasn't low
ball. $12 million.
I'm telling you that Deontay accepted. And
He did
every time
not.
he accepted something, Eddie moved the goalpost. He never wanted
No.
AJ
Here's
in the
what,
ring.
Drew, you're
He
not listening.
never wanted AJ in the ring with Deontay. And they have to fight now.
Finkel, his manager wanted $15 million. They gave them $50 million. They still rejected it.
No.
They countered and said $50 million. That $50 million wasn't guaranteed.
I gotta say this real quick. I gotta say this.
No, because this is what happened.
Nah,
Tell me what happened. I was here the whole
Prez,
time.
we were here, bro.
Well, it doesn't matter if you were here or not. The reports are here. Wilder's team rejected $12.5 million flat offer from Eddie Hearn. They had a venue, they had an arena, they had everything ready.
The only issue that happened was
I thought we supposed to be talking about racism, man. We already done went over this 1,000 times. Everybody know what happened, man. Why you trying to dig it back up, brother?
So
I'm not digging back anything up. I'm telling you what happened. We're talking about it right now. This is
Here's
the
the big issue. The WBA had given a what do you call it? Had put on a stipulation that week that Deontay took it and said, oh no, it needs to be what was it, Drew? Like a week? I think on Friday was the fight. Like he needs to take this. Yeah,
It was
he
so
needed
bad.
he needed to accept all the terms by Friday. Then suddenly, when the news came out and Deontay made it very, very well known that he was going to take it, the WBA came into the mix and said, "Oh no, there has to be somebody has to fulfill that WBA obligation to AJ."
Yeah, that was
Otherwise,
Povetkin.
that week that Deontay was taking the full thing. So
the Village brother. Did Ortiz not pop for a?
I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about Ortiz.
So
I
okay,
give a
okay.
fuck, no,
but you
I don't
do
give a fuck
understand that
about
revoked
Ortiz
his
in this.
WBA
No. I don't give a fuck about Ortiz. The situation is that I'm trying to point out to you, and everyone in this panel is trying to point out to you, is that everybody the system literally was against D. The system was literally against D. No, it's that serious. The system was literally against D. How the hell is WBA gonna suddenly have some kind of stipulation? Oh no, AJ has to take and then
because it was a mandatory.
That's bullshit.
You just told me about mandatories.
It doesn't matter.
Yo, can I say something real quick?
General, go for it, bro. General, go for it.
Because the dude Prez, I heard he was talking about the Ortiz, and I saw he don't really know about the situation, but when he found out Ortiz popped, he got really excited. Let me tell you, we've been covering this, bro, from start to finish. Like, this is old news to us. This is new to you. So it seems you thinking that you're finding out some new information, but this is old. Like, Ortiz popped. This is what happened. Ortiz popped dirty before, a long time ago, early in his career, all right? But the one you're talking about,
2014.
right. But the one you're talking about is when he was AJ's WBA mandatory, but AJ didn't want to fight him. So Deontay Wilder, who was the WBC champion, chose to fight him to shut all the critics up who said that, Wilder, why don't Wilder fight? AJ's the man, he got all this other stuff to do. Why don't Wilder prove himself and fight Ortiz? They put Ortiz off on Wilder. I was here. All the YouTube channels who love AJ was doing it. I seen it. So Wilder agreed to fight Ortiz. Ortiz pops dirty. Right? So the WBC does their investigation, and the WBA they take away Ortiz's mandatory position because AJ campaigned. He said, I shouldn't have to fight this guy. He popped dirty. AJ, I got the article. If I look for it, I can find it on my old computer. AJ and Eddie Hearn campaigned, well, not Eddie Hearn, but AJ campaigned, probably on behalf of Eddie Hearn, to get Ortiz stripped of the WBA mandatory position, even though the WBC cleared him. Because remember, he popped dirty for the WBC clean boxing program. They cleared Ortiz and said, okay, it was high blood pressure medication, but the WBA still took away his mandatory position because AJ requested it. And I can prove it. You know what I'm saying? AJ requested for it. So then Wilder fought Ortiz anyway, beat him. Then Wilder fought Ortiz again. Right? AJ never fought him once. AJ, like Drew said, Eddie Hearn signed Ortiz, who at the time was considered to be one of the most deadliest, ruthless heavyweights that nobody wanted to fight. That's what they were doing. The WBA, matter of fact, Ortiz was the one who was supposed to be fighting for the vacant WBA title. He was in line to fight for the vacant WBA heavyweight title, but because AJ had the IBF, Klitschko was already retired. What they did was
he cut off. Wait, you're there?
Yeah, can you hear me? Y'all hear me?
He cut off. I can't hear him anymore.
No, I heard everything you said, General.
No. Right now, is he talking right now?
Can you hear me?
7-8, we hear you, bro.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. See, now he can't hear me. See the truth. See how the truth work?
Yeah, I heard everything you said.
I can't loud and clear.
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave and come back.
Yeah, leave and come back, please.
Yeah, he can't hear me. Back. All right, but look, I'm gonna say this real quick. So now, what happened is, Eddie Hearn signed Luis Ortiz when he was considered to be the most dangerous heavyweight on the planet. All right, and nobody wanted to fight him. And I remember all of the YouTube channels pushing the narrative that Wilder should fight Ortiz. Wilder should fight Ortiz. Wilder should be the one. Wilder ain't done nothing. AJ, he fought Klitschko, blah, blah. But Ortiz was supposed to be fighting for the WBA title. But Eddie Hearn he finessed Ortiz. He told him, I know you're the mandatory to fight for the WBA, but why don't you allow AJ to fight Klitschko for the WBA title, and then you get to fight for 2 titles? You know what I'm saying? You sign with me, you get to fight AJ for 2 titles, right? Because you in line, right? Now, this is what happened. Ortiz stupidly agreed to it. Then AJ fights Klitschko, and they throw in the WBA as a throw-in title, just so they can be because Klitschko didn't have the WBA title. It was only supposed to be the IBF, but they threw it in there for icing on top of the cake. Then after that, after AJ knocks out Klitschko, the fight did so well money-wise that Eddie Hearn wanted a rematch. So Eddie Hearn campaigned for a rematch, and then Luis Ortiz is sitting back like, bro, what happened to my fight? I'm supposed to be fighting AJ, the winner. Hey, and not come get the I think Tyson, I think his package finna come to the door. All right, so look, they say so he said Ortiz is like, yo, I'm supposed to be the one, fighting AJ. Now you told me this. Oh, so they say y'all gotta forgive me, I'm a little distracted. So they say, so Eddie Hearn told Ortiz, oh look, man, you okay, we're gonna get you the fight, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be for more money, blah blah. They strung this dude along, Luis Ortiz, they strung him along, and Deontay Wilder, who had no responsibility to help Ortiz do nothing, Deontay Wilder came around and fought Luis King Kong Ortiz. And I was like, wow, this is crazy that Wilder is taking on this fight, because he don't have to. All right, this was AJ's work. Wilder took on Ortiz, and everybody said before the fight, Wilder's gonna get knocked out. Most people, Wilder gonna get beat, man. All that wild punches, man. He's finna get beat. He's finna get knocked out, man. It was all of the AJ fans on YouTube was picking Ortiz to beat Wilder because they all knew how good Ortiz was, and they all knew why AJ was ducking. Then Wilder beats Ortiz, and then for 2 days, everybody gave Wilder his props. But by Monday morning, they was right back to hating. You know what I'm saying? Right? Oh, how good was Ortiz anyway? I mean, Ortiz wasn't really. Now, when you look back at Luis Ortiz, people don't even talk about him as the man, the myth, like they used to. But if you go back and look at just type in Luis Ortiz name on YouTube and go back to 2018, 2017, and look at some of these same channels. Look at how the fear and the admiration they had towards Luis Ortiz. But now they talk about Ortiz like he trash after a couple of Wilder losses. That's how people do. But I'm finna go live. I'm gonna holler at you in a minute though, Drew.
All right, we'll be over there in a second. Tay, come on back. Cause Tay is in the chat.
Hello?
Wait, hold on. Now, all right. Tay's on the panel. Press. That's Bomb Squad right there. So you ain't got to listen to me. General just told you we got 2 people on the panel that got Champ on speed dial. So again, what are you confused about with what you're reading? Because Tay Jones right here.
I'm still confused about the part where you guys keep saying that Wilder accepted the first fight offer, which is not true. This was denied and countered by Finkley, and he wanted 15. They matched the 15. Then the counter offer of the email 50 million sent to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn was skeptical of that even being a real money being handed over to him, being guaranteed. The escrow didn't seem like it was a real thing. So yeah, I understand why that fight didn't materialize because of certain things. So
your question,
Wilder was going to have his guaranteed most paid in his whole career fight. That $12.5 million, then it was matched to 15. That was going to happen. It was a venue. It was everything was booked, not booked, but it was a venue ready. So the thing is, Wilder rejected it, and Wilder's team rejected it, and Wilder, like on the video, said, "Hey, check your email." And
Okay, so what happened? What happened when he checked his email?
we don't know what happened when we checked the email.
hold
We
on.
don't know if it was a
Prez,
guaranteed
Prez,
50 million.
Prez,
It was too
Prez.
spectacle.
Prez, we do know because I just played it for you. Do I need to play it again?
And he also asked, "There's no contract. There's no."
No, brother. See this? Oh, come on. All right, let me see if Tay's mic. Tay, your mic working?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. All right. So now, Prez is confused about the $50 million offer. Well, first of all, let's walk it down. Talk to us about the $12 million offer.
The $12 million offer, the lowball offer that they sent.
Yep.
Tell me how that's a low ball if that was Wilder's highest career payday.
Tell you how it was lowball because everybody else that was a champion that they stole from Deontay got paid higher than the $12 million.
Bam. Did you know that, Prez?
Klitschko was a bigger name than Wilder. That was a bigger money fight at the time.
All right. What about the other champions?
What, Charles Martin?
What keep going.
It was Charles Martin, Klitschko. I believe there was I don't know if there's anyone I can name off the top of my head. But I know at the time, Charles Martin was a unified champ. He had belts to collect.
Well, you said bigger name, though. Who's a bigger name, Charles Martin or Deontay Wilder?
Wilder's a bigger name. I'm not denying that.
Okay.
I'm not. But
All
I'm
right.
saying Martin had multiple belts. That was to
Martin
unify.
only had one belt.
Martin had one belt.
Thank you.
IBF.
I was just waiting.
Is the IBF?
He only had IBF.
You just told me about the WBA. So wait, well, AJ held a belt. Charles Martin held a belt. They fought. How much was Charles Martin paid? You saying you got paid more than the guarantee offer that Wilder was going to get, which was $12 million.
Right. That's why Al Herman said, "Yo, I can't tell you not to go get your bread." But you just said that Deontay Wilder's a bigger name.
Yeah, he is a bigger name.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't deny that.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
But the thing is, someone made a claim that Charles Martin got paid more money than the guarantee.
Your resistance is pretty crazy, but I'm showing you Eddie Hearn lying, and you refuse to even call that man a liar. That's crazy to me.
I said all promoters lie.
Go see how much he made.
No. I'm not talking about all promoters.
Go see how much he made. Charles Parker, Charles Martin. Go see how much they made.
Pull that up, and then tell me that wasn't a low ball that was given Deontay, and Deontay agreed to go to the UK to fight. How about that? So he was going to the UK, getting low ball. What else you want to do? Not throw the right hand until after round 7? What else did you want?
You were acting like this was not going to be a pay-per-view fight. There was going to be nothing.
No. Because it was a $12 million flat fee, which means there was no back end money.
That
brother.
was increased to $15 million off Finkley's requested, and they did that. And they counter offer for $50 million. They got greedy. That's what happened.
No. The counter offer came because Joshua opened his big ass mouth.
Yeah, he said for 50.
And he got 50 million. He still didn't take it.
So why did he reject the 12 million? It was already going to happen. Why did he reject 12 million? It's
12 million or 50
career.
million. Which one you fighting for? 12 million or 50 million? Which one you fighting for?
They already had everything installed.
Which one you fighting for? 12 million or 50 million?
Without AJ opening his mouth, without even saying anything, they already had an offer that was sizable enough. That the fight was going to do big.
The offer.
Why did Wilder
we
reject
took
that?
the offer.
Why they did not take the offer? They did not.
That's
they rejected
that's
it and
cap.
they countered for 15.
That's
Eddie gave
cap.
you 15.
We
Then
did
some
take the
50
offer.
million bullshit.
That's cap. We took the offer, and
You
then they
didn't take
said
the
they was
offer.
gonna be in the stadium. Then they wasn't even there no more. Then he did the interview after he said that, which he said he wanted 50
So
million.
I looked it up.
And we
I looked
gave
up the
them niggas
guarantee
50
fee.
million. They still
Hold
didn't
on,
want
I
to
looked at
fight.
the guarantee for Charles Martin. It was.
Thank you. I'm trying to
Hold on,
tell
I
you.
just looked it
You
up.
got all
The
your
guarantee
you got all
first
your events mixed up, bro. You need to go do
The guaranteed
your events
offer
over
was
again. You need to go watch your
guarantee offer was
events over again.
The guarantee offer for Charles Martin fight for AJ was a $3.46 million. That was the guarantee purse. Wilder's going to get a guarantee purse of $12 million.
And
So how did Charles Martin
guaranteed, he
get
got
paid for
guaranteed 3.4. How much did he make in all?
at all?
In
Everything?
all, how much did he make in all?
He said it was going to be. It says right here. It was about. He got paid $6 million.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So how did
Keep
Wild-
going. Go to Joseph Parker. Go to Joseph Parker before you say anything else. Go to Joseph Parker.
No, you're wrong.
No, bro. You said 3.4. I already know he had 6 million plus. Now go see what Joseph Parker made. Now go see that.
This is amazing. Prez, you're literally talking to Tay's on the team. You're literally talking to him. That's why I tell you, I asked you who wrote those articles, and I said Dan Raphael. You said yes. I'm telling you, those niggas be lying, bro. They liars. That's why when a nigga like me standing in front of them, they don't want to talk to me because I asked the real shit. I let Eddie Hearn lie to me right to my face. Devin Haney's boring. Then I say, okay, well, how does he compare to Shakur? And then he start tap dancing. I'm like, oh wow, just let him talk. It's all bullshit. And when he started out the conversation, he says, well, it's not that Devin's boring, but when you're marketing somebody, you got to say certain things. I already knew where it was going.
Wait, Drew. This guy just told me that Martin got paid more. Was going to get paid more than Wilder. Guaranteed $12.5 million offer.
That's what he said.
You guarantee? He just said that. He just
Guaranteed. But how much in all did he make?
Charles Martin got $3.46 million guaranteed.
Guaranteed, but in all, how much did he make?
In all, he got $8 million. Wilder was gonna get more than that.
He got 6 plus. How much did Parker make?
Okay, we'll get the Parker. We'll get the Parker stuff. But you're wrong about that Martin stuff. You're wrong about that.
I'm not wrong.
So Joseph
you ain't
Parker
even
got,
let me. I'm not wrong.
Guaranteed purse. Charles Martin.
I'm finna show you how it's a low ball. I'm finna show you how it's a low ball.
The guaranteed purse was $7 million.
I'm about to show you how it's a low ball.
Joseph Parker got a guaranteed
Deontay name alone.
Joseph Parker got a guaranteed offer. A guaranteed offer of $7 million. He made about $10 million overall.
In all,
Prez, you hijacked the show, Prez. We wasn't even talking about this. Yeah, you did. Now hold on. Let me hear you. Let hear me out, bro. We wasn't even talking about this. This already been sold up. It's been covered so many different ways. It's old news, dog. You done changed the whole narrative, man. Come on, man. We wasn't even talking about this. You want to bring it up, some old stuff that everybody already know what the answer is.
You can look this information up. Charles Martin got a guaranteed offer of $3.46 million.
And he made 6 plus in all. How much did Parker make?
Parker made $7 million guaranteed.
In all, I'm talking. I don't want no guarantee. I want to know in all.
In all, he made about $10 million.
Now watch this. Deontay numbers alone, when you open the books, doing more than 10, 12 million. That's why it was a low ball offer.
What was the highest payday that Wilder had before any of that? Please tell me.
The highest payday before any of what?
You're saying that Wilder was making more than any of this.
I say if you open up the books, that was the whole thing. If you open up the books, the numbers he was doing alone is twice as many as those two guys alone was doing. Parker and fucking what's his name? Southpaw dude, Martin. His numbers alone are way better than theirs. So yes, 12 million flat is the low ball offer.
How's that low
that
ball?
was the whole problem.
Highest career payday.
You're not listening, bro. You're not listening.
Are you listening?
You're not listening, bro. The books. The numbers tell the numbers. That's why people go to the books, because the numbers tell you how much it's worth.
Even stated this.
Man, you're not listening, bro. The books, the numbers tell you how much the fight is worth and how much your worth is.
Now watch this, Press. Watch this. Let me put in where you could identify it. What was Tank Davis' highest payday?
The Ryan Garcia fight.
How much did he make?
In all, they're saying $30 million.
Okay, how much was he paid guaranteed?
$5 billion.
Thank you. Tay is telling you that was a lowball offer because the flat rate he was offered, D done made that already. That's why it's a lowball.
He made that already, but he was going to get up-end money with
How? When it's the flat rate,
It's a flat fee. What are you
It's
talking
a
about?
flat fee, bro.
No, wait. What I just gave you was a flat fee. With Javante
Bro, you're
got a
not
flat fee
making
of $5
sense,
million.
bro. It's flat fee.
We're
That
not
means
talking
you're
about
getting
Hold on,
nothing
let me say
else.
something real quick. Drew, you just told me, okay, Javante got a flat fee of $5 million guaranteed. The back end, he got what? $30 million up. So
All right, cool.
what I'm
Watch
saying
this.
is Wilder's going to get a guaranteed $12.5 million.
What does
that was
what
the
does
flat fee
rate
of that?
mean? What does flat rate mean?
That was guaranteed.
What does flat rate mean? What does that mean? Flat rate. What does that mean?
That means you getting 12 million. That's it.
And that's it.
That was not
Now watch
it.
this.
That
if
was not
if
it.
Ryan Garcia and Tank was about to happen, and Oscar said, "All right, Tank, hey, you're gonna get a flat rate of $6 million," and Tank accepted it, that means that's all he's getting. All that back end, that $30 million wouldn't even got to that. Ryan would have got all of that. You understand? Maybe that's where that's probably it's the comprehension thing. Maybe you didn't understand. Flat rate means Eddie said, "I'm gonna give you 12, and that's it." And Bomb Squad's like, "Nah, we done made that already. What you mean? We know there's back end money and shit. Don't tell me you're gonna max me off at 12. You can offer me 10, but back end money, I'll make probably 50. That's why on the outside looking in, people are like, wait, you offering them 12, how you counter offering them 50? Because it's free range. You're getting more money. Is any of this making sense to you? Flat rate means they wanted him. They wanted to pay Deontay straight up 12 mil. That's it. That's it. And D's saying, I made that already. I made that already. That's it. Charles Martin got back end money. Parker got back end money. Why wouldn't Deontay, who's a bigger name than both of them, why is he entitled to back end money? No, we're gonna give you 12.
I don't think that's true.
What are you talking about?
You're saying that Deontay was going to not get back end money from
It's
his
a flat fee. That
Flat
was
fee.
it.
What does that mean?
Wasn't nothing else included but that.
Prez, you know that's what it means, right? Flat fee. You know what
Yeah,
flat fee
I
means?
understand. I concluded that what
That's
that meant.
that's the same
But-
thing Canelo Alvarez does to his opponent. He gives him a flat fee and he keeps the rest.
That's what it is. That's what they were offering Deontay, Prez. I think what it was that you didn't understand the lingo. So now that you know what it is, your thoughts. 12 mil, no back end money. You were saying that he has, that was his highest payday, but no, it wasn't his highest payday. They were trying to match what they thought was his highest payday and then not give him a dime more. Now, if all his previous opponents, talking about AJ, if all his previous opponents were entitled to back end money, why would you not want to give the WBC champion that courtesy when you were one fight away from undisputed? Why?
Okay, now you're telling me it's flat fee.
I told you that when we
makes-
started the conversation, brother.
That makes it a little different now. Okay.
Yeah, you were too busy
was-
trying to defend the lie,
if he
man,
was-
instead of listening,
if
man.
I am listening. I'm not defending anybody. I'm just talking how the politics were going in boxing. But if you're telling me it was 12.5 million, that's the only money he was gonna get, then yeah, I think that wasn't a good offer to give
Okay,
to
so
somebody.
now we're back to
Especially
square
the
one.
magnitude of that fight. I don't think that was good.
Right. Okay. So now we make some headway there. So now that brings me back to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is a liar, yes? And don't tell me that we're talking about Eddie. I'm not talking about Barry or Frank or Bob or Don. We're talking about Eddie Hearn. Is Eddie Hearn a liar? Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
like I said, all
so
promoters are, but yeah.
We understand. You ain't got to put no salt and pepper on it, brother. We're dealing with Eddie Hearn, okay? You do understand now that we didn't get undisputed at heavyweight between two black heavyweight champions because of AJ's affiliation with Eddie Hearn. You understand that now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. the man's a liar. And what pissed me off about AJ, because I would see you in the chat, why the hate for AJ? This is why I don't fuck with him. This is why. He fucked off Undisputed. That was his fault. We was watching the whole thing. That was his fault. That's why I did that compilation video. He asked for 50 mil. D said, check your mail. And while everyone was running around saying, D never made 50 mil, how's he at the 50 mil? Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel, they have investors that came up with the money. He said, check your email. And then when Eddie Hearn was asked about it, he said, let's see a contract, let's see proof of funds. And then Blue asked him 2 weeks later, hey, you told IFL something, now you're saying something else. Could you clear up the confusion? He said, I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds. But they showed me what it was. To be quite frankly, they've been honest about that. I just played that to you in the video.
Sure did.
So he saw the money, bro. So Eddie's a liar. He prevented Undisputed between Wilder and AJ. That's all we've ever said. And he's been lying ever since. That's all we ever said.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm hearing you guys
That's
out.
all you ever said. So everything that you're reading from Dan Raphael or Steve Kim or Dougie Fisher, that was bullshit. It was half truths. That's what I've coined now, the Charlie Kirk method. You give a little bit of truth, but you don't give context. That's why guys like Dan Raphael, when I was down there in Vegas, I ran up on him trying to talk to him, and security was like, "Come on, man." I said, "Well, I wasn't gonna hit him."
Let me ask you a question. You guys talking about that Wilder did more than 12.5 million, the flat fee rate, on previous fights, like his books did more.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the proof on that? I want to know.
Okay,
how,
well, I haven't seen the books, but I know Tay has.
But go to the books.
But
That's one thing they do. They go to the books. That's what people.
So
be talking
I'm looking
about.
at the books right now.
No, you're not looking at the books, brother.
You can't
I'm
look
looking
at
at the
PBC.
book.
I know you ain't looking at PBC
I'm looking at
books.
the books.
No.
I'm looking at
Let me give you
the
an example of
previous
what books
fights that-
are. I
I'm
work
looking-
for Transit. I work for Transit in New York. They have 2 sets of books. They have books they release to the public, and they have the books with the real fucking numbers in it. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So let me answer your question with a question. I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Who has money? Who has more money? Tank Davis or Devin Haney?
Right now, Devin.
4 years ago.
4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Tank.
You sure?
Very sure.
How do you know that?
We seen their numbers and the pay-per-views they were doing in the back end money. Tank was getting way more money.
Well, you're looking at money generated. You know that?
Money generated? What do you
Money
mean?
generated is different from money that they take home.
Money
For
they were
example,
taking home.
on-
Tank was
on
taking more money
paper,
home.
Gross, I make about 120K a year. Net, it's not near that. It's not.
Okay, are we including tax? Like, I mean, are we doing some weird superficial
Money
stuff?
generated, net versus gross. Net versus gross. Money
I
generated
know
is
what
not
net
money that
pay
they
is,
take
and I know
home.
what gross is. Yeah, I know that. What I'm
Okay.
saying is, you're telling me that Devin Haney 4 years ago was taking more money home than Devontae Tank Davis.
Yep.
That was literally Tank at his peak.
Yeah, he was. You know why? Because Devin was bouncing around cutting personal deals. He fought on DAZN. He cut a deal with Bob Arum with Top Rank. He's been his own boss. Don't
Yeah,
take
he was
my
on
word
his own
for it.
entity. Yeah, he was on his own entity.
That's right. He was
I
his
wanna
independent
ask-
contractor.
I want to ask Tate Jones this. So, his previous fight, before the 12.5 million flat fee offer, he got a guaranteed 2.1 million versus Luis Ortiz. That was the closed purse. Before that, there was other ones called. There was 1 million. There was 1.5 million, and that was versus Devern. 1.5 versus Saplica, and 900K versus Gerald Washington.
Okay. All right. So are you confusing guaranteed with flat rates?
I'm not confusing anything. I'm saying
Okay.
from the indication I'm seeing here,
Okay,
And
so
you
how
were
do you
like
know?
the amount
how
of
do
money
you
you
know-
was taking home.
Now I don't know. Now, okay, are you looking at Bermain Stavern? I'm just gonna pick a random fight. It's Bermain
Stavern. I'm looking at Stavern right now.
Okay, now what was the guaranteed purse?
1 million.
Okay, so $1 million. Are you sure that's all he made that night?
I'm pretty sure that was the guarantee offer he got. Like that was the flat fee.
Wait, was
No,
it a
it
guarantee
wasn't
or
no.
flat
It
fee?
wasn't. It
So
wasn't.
how
a
much
flat
did he make
fee.
against Stavern?
Okay, well, okay, that's what I
Was
said.
it more
I
than
think-
the guaranteed fee?
Hold on, brother. I think that you're confusing guaranteed and flat rate. Flat rate means I'm giving you $1 million and that's it. But a guarantee is, yo, I'm paying you $1 million to show up, and then within the contract, you getting a percentage off the popcorn sales, the soda sales, the seat sales, the pay-per-views, and how many eyes. And then by the time it's all said and done, you might walk away with $10 million.
And I think Al still owe that nigga some money.
You see that? You see that? And that's probably why Al got problems paying Tank, because he still owed Deontay money. Probably. They didn't have their shit in order. All that back end money. This is new conversation, bro. This is new conversation to these new fans. That's what I'm saying. Guarantee and flat rate is two different things, Prez. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. You could be guaranteed $10,000 to do a job, but if I'm telling you, hey, I'm guaranteeing you $10,000 for showing up to do this job, work on this house. But once I sell the house,
might generate more.
You might generate more. Every piece of tile, there's 13 cents for every tile laid down throughout the house. You know what I'm saying? You get 15 cents for every pipe that we put up here for the plumbing. You get 13 cents for every piece of wiring. So you get 10 grand for showing up. But once we sell the house, you might get 200,000 when it's all said and done. You don't know, because it might be a mansion you worked on. So 10,000 for showing up. Once we move the product, you might get more. Does that make a little more sense now?
I'm hearing you, but to me, this is all.
Hey, Drew,
This
can I say something too, Drew, real quick?
It sounds like hearsay.
I think the last time, keep this in mind, it's been over 70 years since there's been a white undisputed champion. The last one was Rocky Marciano. That was done on purpose. Okay? Because either way, we was going to get another black heavyweight champion, whether Wilder won or whether AJ won. It was going to be another brother with all the belts. You go back and you watch that. Give me 1 second, please, sir. You go back and you watch Unforgivable Blackness, which was a documentary about Jack Johnson. The heavyweight champion is the most coveted position in the whole world, and it still is to this day. And that was one reason why they didn't want that fight to happen, because either way, it was a win-win for us. Didn't matter who won the fight; it's going to be a brother that had all the straps. I'm done.
I want to add to that. They were so quick to put Rocky Marciano in a fantasy match with Muhammad Ali. It wouldn't have even been close. Ali would have smoked him. And then when one of the most disrespected legendary heavyweights of all time, Larry Holmes, when he said Rocky Marciano couldn't hold my jockstrap, he paid for it, because he's one of the most disrespected heavyweight champions of all time. And look what color he is. Prez, you saying it's all hearsay. It's not hearsay, because when we're talking about Anthony Joshua, you're reading all of this shit, but you have somebody that's with Deontay's team right here. All right, you also had 78 on here. He could call Deontay on the phone right now. He's probably on the phone right now with him saying Merry Christmas. You understand?
Listening.
We are, yeah, D's probably listening right now. For all we know. D, click the link if you're listening. If you got time, if you want to, just say hello. Prez, I ain't got no reason to lie to you. It's not hearsay. Just because Dan Raphael has a machine of ESPN behind him, what he says is not gold. Those guys lie like everybody else. Again, people disrespect Bill Haney, but he's on the same level as far as money and shot calling with fights.
Oh, you talking about Fat Dan?
Fat Dan, yes.
Talking about the same Dan that was outside walking behind you?
Yeah, at the Barclays. Look at, I heard the Incredible Hulk theme music from the 70s. He's walking down fucking Flatbush Avenue by himself, his fat ass.
I thought he was supposed to be at the press conference. He was supposed to be at the press conference.
That guy, yeah, he wasn't even at the post fight, man. These guys are paid ops. They're paid to lie. I ain't got no reason to lie if there's a discrepancy. I just say so. I would just say so. But this is not rocket science. Once I got a hold of what the PBC was doing, and I said, oh, okay, back end money. Back end money, I get it. Flat rate versus a guarantee. I can guarantee you can show up and do a job. I can pay you to do a job. You show up, you do the job.
I understand that, Drew, but I just have a question.
Go ahead.
So I just want this. I want someone to show me a source that Wilder had a gate and / concession percentages for Severn. The only verified number I have is the 1 million that he got. I want to see where he got the where was the guarantee because that's a Floyd Mayweather thing he does. That's what Floyd started doing.
All right. Well, speaking of Floyd, has Floyd ever opened up his books so you saw what he made? You saw checks, but you didn't see the books.
But we do know that he did that.
No, we don't. We know what he said. We know
it's
what he
verified.
said. Okay. No, it's not verified. Open the books. What the check that
but we have no proof. We have no proof of Wilder doing this.
Nah, brother.
The contract.
The checks that he shows, that's the guaranteed money. The back end money, you don't see that. That's why
I can't hear. I can't hear him, bro.
I mean, that's been the PBC model forever, though. They do back end money. You kill you eat what you kill.
Money. But for the fight with Severn,
but PBC always been you eat what you kill.
Where was the? Show me the source that had a gauge that's percentage for the Severn fight. Where was that?
Prez, does AJ get back end money?
Yeah, from the pay-per-views he sold.
Prove it.
From the pay-per-views, we can see the back end money.
Give me the number. Give me the number.
Everybody don't do back end money, Prez. Some people just do flat rate. Like, this is what you making.
They gave him a flat rate, the highest he's going to get paid in his career at that time.
Yes. You seen the books?
For who? The Severn fight?
No. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn and AJ. You seen the books?
Pay-per-view numbers and the amount of money they
escalate. No. Have you seen the books?
You just told me, did AJ make did you ask back end money? And I'm saying,
have you seen the books? So you say he gets back end money, right?
Yeah.
All right. So since we on that, what's the percentage he's giving Eddie Hearn?
He's giving him some type of percentage.
Okay, well, give me a number.
I don't know what the percentage is for Eddie Hearn.
All right, so I can say 10%. I can say 3%. I can say 5%.
Okay, go ahead.
How much did AJ make when he knocked out Jake Paul?
92 million.
How much did he keep?
They're saying he didn't keep a lot of that money. I think it was I only think he takes 30 million.
Okay, so how much of that 30 million is he giving Eddie Hearn? Do you know?
If we're not including tax, because he's getting taxed for that money.
I mean, do you know? Do you know? Yes or no?
You tell me how much he's getting him.
Okay, so brother, it's okay to admit when you don't know something. I say that all the time. If I don't know something, I don't know something. It's okay. So if you don't know, how would you find out?
Wait, say that again?
How would you find out?
I would have to look it up.
You sure? Do you think Eddie Hearn's going to post exactly what he's getting from AJ? You think he's going to post that?
Well, if I look up Eddie Hearn, how much does Eddie Hearn make from an AJ fight? How much does he take? And they say a certain percentage. Then I can do. I can do the math and No,
I'm not asking you to do math. I'm asking for a number. There's a percentage because he has a lifetime contract with that devil. Remember that?
Well, I just know I don't know what was going on, but I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. But what I do know is this: AJ was offered $30 million from Turkey Al-Rashid. Same thing for Deontay. It was a $60 million deal, even though
Wilder lost.
Still had nothing to do with it. They asked Anthony Joshua what he wanted to do next. He said he wanted to fight Ngannou. Turkey Al-Rashid asked him why he didn't want to fight Deontay. He said, because I don't want to fight a man coming off a loss. So then after that was said, Turkey Al-Rashid said, well, what's the difference between Deontay coming off a loss and Francis Ngannou coming off a loss?
Uh-oh. Because he lost.
What's no difference? So I'm going to just leave it at that right there, man. Because I don't want to keep beating a dead horse.
Thank you. In other words, Prez, AJ never wanted to fight Deontay, bro.
I don't believe that's
true. It was never in the contract that these men had to win to fight each other. Same thing with Devin and
I
Ryan.
don't believe AJ is scared of Wilder. I think.
I don't see, Prez. This is the part where
It's
I get
not.
annoyed.
It's not what you think. It's just a fact. He had an opportunity to fight him, and he didn't.
They can
Listen,
fight
brother,
right
he
now.
wasn't gonna fight him either
You
way.
think
If Deontay would have won, he wasn't gonna fight him. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you don't fight a southpaw fighter talking about you for to fight a right hand dominant knockout artist, and he fought the white boy. I forget his name.
Otto
excuse me.
Wilder.
Otto Wilder. He fought Otto Wilder. You don't fight a Otto Wilder talking about you getting ready to fight a Deontay Wilder. I don't give a fuck
Well,
what you talking
didn't
about.
Wilder fight? What was his sparring partner?
Wilder
That
fought
guy?
Wilder.
Hey,
He
he
knocked him
fought
out.
Joseph Parker that night. What are you talking about?
So let's
He fought
talk.
Joseph Parker that
Okay,
night.
you guys want to talk about who fought who? Let's talk resumes. Because
I'm not
I
No,
don't
no.
think
We ain't talking about no
AJ's
resume. We ain't talking about no
resume is
resume. We
greater
talking about
than
getting in the
Wilder's
ring and
resume.
fight.
Resumes don't fight.
Your resumes don't fight. AJ had harder fights than Wilder. First 30 fights.
Yeah. And guess what? And guess what? And guess what
AJ
else?
had way better competition.
And guess what
Elite
else?
Fighters.
And guess what else? And guess what else?
What happened?
They overpaid for everybody who was supposed to fight too. You ain't telling that part either.
Overpaid. What are you
Yes, they
talking
did.
about?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They did. The numbers prove that. Yes, they did. They overpaid for them. The bottom line is AJ could have fought him coming off of a loss. He could have fought him. He chose not to. Just like Ryan Garcia, there was nothing in the contract with him and Devin.
Look
I
at the
have to be
Ngannou-
holy. Devin never said, I'm not fighting Ryan because he lost to Rolly. Devin said, run it. Ryan said, I'm not running it. There was never in the contract that those guys had to win that night. Turkey went to him and asked him.
We know Ryan
with the
didn't want to
fight.
fight. He didn't want that fight again after he lost to Rolly. We know that. Rolly said, Rolly even said, hey, those two should still fight. Guess what? Ryan didn't want to fight.
All right, so what's the difference with AJ? What's the difference? There ain't no difference.
Hey,
Because Turkey
AJ
went to him. He said, Joe, you can still fight
AJ was
Deontay.
coming off a
And
win.
You can still fight Deontay. You can still fight Deontay. And AJ said, no, I don't want to fight a guy coming off a loss. I'm going to fight.
Yeah, it was
an
a
MMA
knockout
fighter.
loss. He got knocked out.
No, he did not
No, he
get
did
knocked
not.
out by
No, he did
Joseph
not.
Parker.
What
What are you
talking
talking about?
No, he did
Oh,
not.
I thought about Zhang. I got Zhang and Parker.
He
confused.
Yeah, that's why I say
Sorry,
you
my
got
fault.
your current
Parker.
events mixed up.
He
bro.
fought the same night. He
But he
lost
got beat up by Parker. Beat up.
Okay, fine.
Well,
whatever.
they
You
both
wanna
didn't
say
do
that?
nothing in the fight, if you ask me.
Come on,
No,
come on.
Parker
stop.
beat
Fred,
him
you
up
doing
and
too much.
Zhang knocked him down, knocked him on his ass. What are you talking
doing
about?
weight. He did not. What are you talking
Same
about?
thing. AJ got his knocked on his ass by Dubois. Dubois put him on his fucking on his
So
ass.
what? So what? But
So-
no, dial it back. Dial it back, Press. Turkey went to this dude and said, you can still fight Deontay. And AJ's response was, I don't want to fight anybody coming off a loss. Well, okay. You want to fight Ngannou, but Ngannou is coming off of a
Who
loss.
beat up who? Ngannou or Fury? Fury. First of all, Ngannou got robbed for that Fury fight.
Okay,
Everybody
so-
said
so
that.
what? He
That's what
lost.
happened.
So
Fury-
what?
Nobody care
Fury
about
got
that,
beat
bro.
up.
Nobody care
Beat
about how
up.
you
We
look
seen
at
the
fight.
options of the fight.
Press. Was Deontay food for AJ or not? Yes or no?
If AJ didn't want to fight him,
Absolutely, he
answer
was,
the
man.
question.
Absolutely
You think
was.
AJ
He was-
And he should have took in the fight. At
he
the
was
end of the
food,
day,
but Wilder
as-
lost.
As
Okay,
it don't
The
matter
thing
if he
was, the
lost,
two
bro.
men was supposed to
You're
win.
not catching the
two men was
point,
supposed
bro.
to win.
It
The two
don't
men was
matter
supposed to
if
win.
he lost. It
The
was
two
the
men were supposed
money,
to win, and
brother.
the
You're
options of
missing
fight
the
would've
point.
been great.
You're
They would've
missing,
fought
brother.
then, but Wilder lost.
Brother, you're
AJ
missing it.
won.
It ain't had nothing to do with that. You're missing the point. The point is you had
Wilder
a chance
got
to
beat
make.
up.
You're missing the point, brother. You had a chance to make 30 million against a person who just looked terrible in his last fight. The fuck are you talking about? He's
Usyk is
fucking
fighting him.
food. What are you talking about? I'm gonna
Usyk-
go get. I'm gonna go get that food. What are you
Usyk would
talking
beat
about,
Wilder.
man, bro? You sound.
Usyk
retarded.
hasn't
Hey,
fought
man, hey,
Wilder
look.
yet.
Hey, man,
Usyk's
hey, man.
talking about fighting
Hey, Drew,
Wilder.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
wanna
talk to
fight-
you.
All
that
right,
much, bro.
no doubt.
Usyk wants to fight Wilder because he knows Wilder is food. Easy work.
Okay, AJ could have did the same thing.
AJ wanted to fight Wilder.
No, he
Wilder
didn't.
failed and
No, he
lost. Got beat up by Parker.
Yo, Prez, I done played you.
Man.
This is how lost you are. I don't know what this unconditional love for these two fighters that you have, but you got to break out of that, man. You couldn't even sit here and tell me that Eddie Hearn is a liar, and I played him lying. Then you talking about money. You don't even know what the difference between a guarantee and a flat fee is. You don't even know the difference. We tell you that. Then Tay Jones was Saudi. He observed the conversation between AJ and Turkey Al Sheikh. And you don't want to believe that. The best time for AJ to have gotten Wilder was in Saudi after he came off a loss to Parker. He didn't do it. But he gets in there with an MMA fighter and knocks him out in 2 rounds. Good fucking job, but you could have fought Deontay.
Didn't Wilder want to fight Ngannou? Didn't Wilder want to fight Ngannou?
No, they offered it to Wilder.
Didn't Wilder want to fight Ngannou?
They offered it to Wilder.
Wilder wanted to fight Ngannou. They met in the ring.
They offered it to Wilder. It was offered.
It was offered.
Did Wilder and Ngannou not meet in the ring and squared up?
You don't know what you're talking about. Once it was offered and him and Ngannou started talking, then Fury and AJ want to run around and fight him all of a sudden. And they did fight him. And Deontay never did. So now what we talking about here? They did. See, with Ngannou and Wilder, it was a conversation. That's all it was. But these niggas actually did it. And they both beat him. But you know what's consistent? AJ never fought Deontay, even when there was 30 goddamn million on the damn table. Stop talking to me about this heart that he got. Stop talking to me about this guy.
But not only that, though, Drew, remember, Wilder had just knocked out Wilder, and then that's who AJ turned around and fought his very next fight. Remember, after Wilder just knocked him out.
Not Wilder. He ain't fight Otto Wilder.
Who was it? Helenius. My bad, the white boy Helenius. Yeah.
Partner.
It don't matter. He fought a man off a loss.
Hold on.
He fought a guy off a loss. It don't matter.
Hold on, Prez. AJ fought a sparring partner too and got
knocked out. So why are you guys criticizing AJ for fighting Water Island?
Because he fought him off a loss.
Hold on. Well, you don't want to know how I criticize AJ? You don't know? I've been talking all this time. Everything I broke down is why I criticize this dude. And now I have to sit up here and defend him against racism. Something that you haven't addressed the whole time. I even want to talk about this.
Hey, Drew.
Go ahead, I-Rock.
Hey, man, check this out real quick. I'm going to make it real fast because I ain't got a whole lot of time right now. But to piggyback on something that you've said many, many times throughout the years. Now, when Charles Martin was the IBF champ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Deontay Wilder was WBC. And I'm about to prove a point that Brother Tay said every fight they gave AJ, they overpaid for it. How much did the PBC offer Charles Martin for that fight?
For Deontay?
Yep.
Shit. I don't remember the exact number, but it wasn't double digits. I know that.
Thank you. How much did Eddie Hearn and AJ pay Charles Martin for his belt?
I think if I remember, it was about $8 million.
Damn.
Yeah,
Now,
that's how much the fight made. He made back end money.
That wasn't back in. That was guaranteed.
That was guaranteed.
No, nigga. What are you talking about?
It was a
guarantee. It was.
I ain't your nigga.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Stop.
Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We're
Don't do
not
that.
We're not
Don't
doing
do
that.
that. Don't do
We're
that.
not doing that. Go ahead and talk.
The guaranteed money that the guaranteed purse he got was $3.46 million.
Can you prove
With
it?
the pay-per-view upside,
Can you
this
prove
was
it?
reported to be $6 million.
Can you
And all
prove
he
it?
got $8.5 million. That's
Can
what
you
Martin
prove it?
got.
Can you prove it?
Yes.
Do it then, bitch.
All right, boom. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
come on, man.
This is from ESPN. They gave you the official numbers.
Oh my God, with this
This is the official
ESPN?
report.
Don't listen, bro.
This is the official
ESPN is
report.
the Holy Bible, right? Okay.
It's the confirmed source. What are you talking about?
Bullshit. ESPN
You
ain't
can
never
look
fucking
this up
confirmed.
yourself. Then if you're gonna do that point, then we can't prove anybody's numbers. What are you talking about?
Why do we call?
ESPN gave
who
me that.
do we? Why do we
ESPN
call?
gave us the tank numbers.
Why do we
ESPN gave us
call
the
Mike
AJ
Coppinger
numbers.
Mike
ESPN gave us
Cappinger?
the Wilder numbers.
Why do we call Mike Coppinger Mike Cappinger? Why do we call him that?
This wasn't written by Mike Coppinger.
No. It was written by Dan Raphael. We already went through this. I ain't tell you about the run-in we had with Cappinger in Vegas, right? I ain't tell you about that, right? You know why these dudes move away from us? Because we ask the real questions. They're liars. And when we talk, we run up on them with our cameras out to ask them and question their boxing knowledge. They start stuttering all over the fucking place. They don't want to talk to us. We're not glorified dick suckers like they are.
So
Why do you think niggers like Showbiz, the grown adolescent with his eyes 3D out his head?
I don't like Showbiz. I think he's a piece of shit. And there's no shit about boxing.
Well, I don't know, Press, because you saw this weaponize him when you and I was at odds last year. You weaponized him in my chat.
Yeah. I said
you did.
But it doesn't mean I liked him or like I think
no, you was in my chat and you said Showbiz bodied me. And I said, great, go the fuck over there and listen to him. Remember that?
Yeah, he said something like he said a point because a lot of boxing channels. He was going at a lot of boxing channels.
He went at me specifically. He went at me specifically, and you weaponized what he said in my chat. You don't remember that? It was just last year. But never mind that. We here now. Never mind that. Because I remember saying to you, "Well, if you like that sort of thing, go over there." That's all I said.
I didn't go over there.
But he's a coon. He's a coon. And by the way, I've seen him twice since then. He has nothing to say to me. That midget motherfucker. He's a pussy. Capital P. All right, but never mind that. He shucked and jived so much, he got a deal out of it. So when we say that Deontay was fighting multiple fights, not only in the ring, but against the machine, he was fighting the media. He was fighting the mob and Daniel Kinahan. Prez, you know who Daniel Kinahan is?
Did he work for Top Rank or something?
Oh, shit. No, brother. No.
The head of the Irish mob.
He's an Irish mafia boss, and he has a $5 million bounty on his head. That was Tyson Fury's best friend, brother. Check my channel, please. Just go to my channel, put in Daniel Kinahan, bro, because American media, ESPN, because Bob Arum was down in Dubai with Daniel Kinahan and the WBC's Mauricio Sillyman. It's all record. It's all on record. Went down there, cut a deal, and Rick Glasser was down there. A week later, $5 million bounty on his head. And furthermore, Tyson Fury's affiliation with them, that whole family can't come to America. They can't darken the doorstep of U.S. soil. And ESPN never spoke about that. So
And that happened right after Tyson Fury bought his house in fucking Vegas.
And bought his house in Vegas. It happened right after that. So this at the time he was WBC World Heavyweight Champion, and he couldn't come to America, and that wasn't news. So Prez, when you talk to me about ESPN and credibility and sources, you gotta understand, I don't fuck with them because I know they've been assimilated. And when they get coons like Showbiz and they throw a bag at him, DAZN and all these guys, man, they're all full of shit. They all shuck and jive. They're all full of shit. So when we say Deontay was out here fighting multiple wars, he was fighting the mob, he was fighting the bad press, and he was fighting a bunch of coons and niggas.
Yeah, dude, I understand. Wilder was fighting against all that. I understand. I think Wilder was cheated twice. I already seen the glove gate. I seen that. Yeah, like the gloves were weird. The drugs. I already said Tyson Fury is a drug cheat. I don't like Tyson Fury.
Not even the drugs. Not even that. Hey, Drew.
Yep.
You remember when Fury and Wilder were both in Riyadh for that fight, right?
Yep.
Brother Tay, Deontay's doctor, and everybody was there for that fight.
Yep.
They had the evidence, the actual fucking X-rays, and the doctor himself to go ahead and prove it, of the fucking dent in the side of his face to prove that it was a man-made object that did it. And who did not want to see them reports?
Something inside the boxing glove, brother.
Oh, okay.
And watch this.
He hit him with an egg weight.
Tay called me when they were at, I don't remember if it was at the airport, but he called me. AJ don't want to go near Deontay, bro. There's like a fear of him. There's a picture.
Man, there's no fear. Hey,
bro, Prez, you can tell me what you feel. You could tell me what you feel, but I'm telling you, I'm involved with the people that involved with the shit. I got the phone call. You didn't. There's a picture with Turkey Al-Sheikh, AJ, and Deontay. They had to make AJ take that goddamn picture.
They had AJ staring down Wilder from the press conference. He was just looking at him the whole time.
He did not want to do it.
He was looking at him.
How about this? Where were you when they thought that Deontay was going to show up to his fight in the UK? And then they said, well, what if Deontay shows up? What if Deontay shows up and he says, I don't know, we have to call the police or something?
It was a joke.
He said that.
It was a joke.
It's a joke.
Bullshit.
All right,
Security
cool.
was around
Here it
the
is.
ring and was
We're
stopping
going
people
on
while they were in the ring.
We're going on 2026. This shit's been going on literally since 2015. AJ's this A side, they never fought. The same mechanics apply. The A side, he could have told Eddie, fuck that, make the fight. Like how Canelo felt disrespected by Landry Lara, and he said, Oscar, make that fight. He said, hey, no, that's dangerous. He said, Oscar, make that fucking fight. I got violated.
Well,
And just
Drew,
like Canelo won't fight David Benavidez. Because he
yeah, that's
knows.
true. I mean, yeah, Canelo's ducking that guy. We know
So
this. We don't-
A-sides make the fight. Period. That's the long and short end of it. We can go through all the statistics and all this back-end money. It's all bullshit. The bottom line is AJ could have made the goddamn fight. He did not do it. He didn't tell
They
Eddie
made
to do it.
the offer, but I gotta go. It was
All right.
nice talking to y'all. I still believe AJ still wants to fight Wilder.
AJ's a pussy.
But AJ is gonna.
AJ's a pussy, bro.
I don't think that's true.
He's a
but
pussy.
That's all
He's
I
a
gotta
pussy.
say. Thank you for having me on the panel.
He's a pussy. Go ahead. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Drew.
It's 2025 and we're still having this conversation. This is amazing. Amazing. I see my brother Mansa Musa. You've been sitting there patiently, brother. Salute, man.
Hey, how's it going, Drew?
K-Rod, salute. Mansa Musa, I can't hear you. Damn. I can't hear you, bro. Leave and come back. Damn, that's been happening a lot lately. Shit.
Hey, Drew, can I chime in? Or?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to give like my 2 cents on this. Anthony Joshua is a fraud, in my honest opinion. This is like the same guy that was basically supposed to be like the best fighter of the generation. Oh,
yeah.
My bad, y'all. I had to go out and come back in. My bad, Drew, man. Everybody keep calling me. It's my birthday, man. You know.
Oh, man. Happy born day, King.
But yeah, I've been listening the whole time, man, laughing, man. They say cocaine the hell of drug. Nah, fentanyl is.
Man,
when I tell you, that dude is stuck on stupid, bro. It's the difference between paying a flat fee and you go get paid just a fee, bro.
Right.
Because if you paying me a flat fee, that's all you paying me for the fight. I don't get no back end, no more money. But if you paying me a fee up front, then that's what I'm getting, and what I make on pay-per-view and all that later on, that adds up. It's just that simple. And like y'all, like the proof is, man, this dude been dodging Deontay Wilder this whole time. But if you connect both of them, the reason why he defending AJ is the same reason why he defending Tank, bro. They both ducking and they both scary and they both faggots. That's why.
Man.
And he won too. But I'm gonna leave y'all like this right here, man, so I can get back to my day, even though I've been bumping you the whole time. Y'all show me some birthday love by following my channel, man. Peace and love.
Out, put that link in the chat, man. Salute to you. Happy born day, kid. Man, much love to you, brother. Know what I mean? Yo, K-Rob, go ahead, man. I know you was cooking. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, yep. I just wanted to just state that the whole deal with AJ was that he was supposed to be the best fighter of this generation for the heavyweight division until Deontay Wilder matched him at that level, and AJ should have went towards that opportunity to fight Wilder anyway, regardless if he loses or if he had won. And it's very disingenuous of him because he says that he's for his people, he's for doing this for the black community and all that, but yet he backtracks off of that. And to me, it just makes me think that he's just a piece of shit fraud. Compared to Deontay Wilder, he's been very prideful since day one to actually do something, to take a risk, to be successful. And I think for people to hate on Wilder and turn a blind eye to AJ as if his piece of shit attitude towards Wilder and being very cynical and very disrespectful, that just sounds very degenerate. And I think Anthony Joshua has ruined his whole life doing that, because you can't be saying that you're like a stand-up man while disrespecting other men that are, you know, on the come up, like, you know, with you. So I just think overall, like, you know, if you're for, you know, being for your people, you have to be, you know, straight up honest, you know, from the very beginning. Like, you can't be making any certain particular exceptions.
And I agree with you, brother. And here's why I say it's disingenuous. And this was the purpose. I'm actually glad Prez came through and kind of like disrupted this whole shit, because this is the problem with us as a community. This is the problem. Does AJ understand? He ducked his major contemporary to the point where people barely care about it anymore. He fucked off Undisputed. That was all him, because he was the A side. All right. We still got people running around blaming Deontay for this, which is untrue. But all of this shit we're talking about, we thought he did a good thing by getting rid of Jake Paul, because, you know, like him a lot, people that claim they love boxing, we needed to see Jake Paul out of there, right? Well, AJ did a good thing, right? He comes home and this UK politician is calling him an ungrateful immigrant. And he's born in the UK. He's an ungrateful immigrant. So I'm on here defending him this morning. And we end up talking about this $50 million deal that he ducked. See what I mean? Don't tell me what your priorities are. Show me where you spend the money and I'll tell you what your priorities are. I will not pay for Anthony Josh for anything. Once he did that bullshit to Deontay, when he stood in the middle of that ring and said, if he doesn't concede to our demands, we'll freeze him out. I wanted to ask Prez that, you know, that freezing out thing. What's that about? What's that about? You know, freeze them out? You know, you're not supposed to do that to other boxers, let alone black fighters aren't supposed to do that to black fighters. I lost respect for this dude when he did that, when he said that, and he actually exercised that. Luckily, Deontay is a big enough name and a big enough draw that he can carry his own weight. But what if Deontay was dependent on him? You see that? That's why I don't fuck with Tank. It's very simple. So when people say, wow, they hate for AJ, I think I've been very clear. And I've been very reasonable. But me, I wouldn't be who I am if I didn't call out this Nick Slick Dick, Little Dick Buckley, the racist over there in the UK that said that about him with his British/Nigerian ass. I can't ignore that. Now, here I am talking about that. But let's not forget who AJ is. I put him in the same boat as Tank Davis. And I just did a show the other week about let's not forget who Shakur is. Let's not forget. Let's not forget. But here I am defending this dude against racism, because that's just who I am. That's just who I am. But never forget who he is. 50 mil. He asked for it. And then when he saw it, he said, I'm not selling my soul. Don't take my word for it. Let's put it up there again. You ain't got to take my word for it. I'll put the video up here again. You ain't got to listen to me. When AJ was asked if he would give a word of advice to anyone looking to change their lives, this was his response.
I'd say, I don't know. Anyone that wants to change their life, I don't know. Do what you want, innit? It's your choice. You live your life how you think is best, and you'll like deal with the consequences of your decisions.
Okay, I'll take 50 million up front.
Look at that. I'll take 50 million up front.
If that's the case, Wilder's team, bring me 50 million up front and we'll take the fight.
Get up with your man Eddie and Barry Hearn and tell them to check their email. I got something special for you. And by the way, all the money's in the bag.
But I guess Deontay's a liar though, right?
So I expect you'll be a man of your word.
So I guess he a liar though, right?
Yeah. Why ain't selling my soul for 50 mil?
I rest my case. I ain't selling my soul for 50 mil. What 50 mil? Unless he saw it. But let's go back here.
I've just asked some very simple questions, which they've answered.
That?
No, I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds.
What?
I've just asked some very simple questions.
I just asked some very simple questions.
Which they've answered, to be fair to them.
Which they've answered to be fair to them. I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds.
Let's see proof of funds. Let's see proof of funds. Let's see proof of funds.
Let's see proof of funds.
Right. But this is the nigga that y'all, man, okay. But Deontay be lying. Let me read these super chats, man. My brother Jay Bean in that super chat, man, salute to y'all, man. He says AJ said the 50 was real. He wasn't gonna sell his soul. Yep. Rod Neal in that super chat. He said the Zone executive John Skipper admitted they messed up. Yep. Look that up. It's on you. It's all on the internet. Jay Bean back in that super chat. He said Dan Rafael got fired for lying and stealing. During the pandemic, all those boxing big heads got fired. Rod Neal says, isn't Tyson Fury coming off a loss? Yeah. And he's about to fight him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming off a loss. A bad one. And they're trying to make AJ versus... I mean, come on, stop this bullshit, man. Renzo, saluting that super chat, man. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys got to stop with this shit, man. If Deontay was food, he'd have ate.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And the funny shit is, this is the dysfunction in our community. I didn't even want to talk about that shit. Salute to K-Rod, man. Any last words, y'all, man? I got to get out of here. I got to get my day started.
Shit, nah, I was gonna say this is a common problem in boxing where you got boxers that weaponize their popularity and their fan base against other boxers, and we can't get great fights because of it. We seen Tank do it with Shakur and Devin. We seen Canelo do it with David Benavidez. We seen AJ do it with Wilder. It's bullshit. We kind of seeing it with Virgil and Boots, even though I don't think Virgil is bigger than Boots, but we can see how they can freeze you out of a good fight because they scared. The money will be there, the venue, everything is set up and right, but you got these top guys who's the A side. They're scared and they're blocking good fights. They robbing us. They fucking us over as fans. And we gotta stop. We gotta quit. We gotta quit backing that type of shit. Like, that's not cool right there. AJ's a duck, period. This fight supposed to happen 4-5 years ago. Probably longer than that.
True story, man. Man, shout out to you, Rich, man. I appreciate you, good brother. Yes, sir.
For sure, Drew.
No doubt. Steve L, you there, brother? Steve L's probably, stretching some chick right now, man. Salute to y'all, man. I'm going to go, man. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Chanukah, whatever the fuck it is, man. Whoever you celebrate, pray to who you worship. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation to every last one of you guys, man. Keep your head straight. If y'all find this Nick Buckley dude, he's a politician in the UK, give him that work. Because what he said about AJ's wrong. But AJ's not making it any easier to defend him by his past and by the things he's said. I'm talking about his past as far as his lack of integrity as a boxing, because I don't like how he's moved, or how he's allowed Eddie Hearn to move him. And what he said. You're idolizing American criminals that we don't even claim. Get your head straight, get your mind straight, man. Enjoy your holidays. And stop being a nigga. Nigger. Merry Christmas, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.